Grogus and Gragras, please welcome to the stage, Watto!
This is, respectfully, the worst entrance applause I have ever heard in my fucking life. Wait, this is so weird. This is so weird. My glasses must not be working. It looks like people are sitting down. It looks, my prescription must be off. It looks like only 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh my God! No, come on. Come on. This isn't that kind of night. No, stay up, stay up, stay up. Stay up. You have to fight it a little bit. You have to, please, you flatter me. Stay up. Stay up. Oh my God. Oh my God. A standing ovation. A 15-minute standing ovation. If there are any deadline reporters in the house, a standing ovation longer than anything at this year's Cannes Film Festival. Hello. How are you all feeling tonight? Took a little while to get you there, if I can say so myself. Crowd did not come preheated. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Some weather we got, huh? I swear to God, New York City, I can't keep things straight anymore. July is hot. October is cold. What is this? Pick a lane. Sorry, I'm trying to work out some topical stuff. Waiting to hear back about the Letterman set that I submitted 15 years ago, but I think I'm close. This is the warm-up section of the show, as you can tell, because you're all hot to the touch. Let's do a little show of hands. Raise your hand if you have never before tonight witnessed the George Lucas talk show in any form. Well, I love to see it. Now, I want to make it clear. This is a very safe space. Arguably, the safest space in New York City. This is a warm and supportive crowd. We're all on the same side here. It's that easy to talk you all into supporting a cause? I'll keep that in mind for later. But with all of that in mind, you were raising your hand, correct? Safe space. No wrong answers. What do you think this is? The safest space in New York City. No wrong answers. What do you think this is? Safe space, no wrong answers. You think you'll hear from George Lucas why I sold Shmi away? I did say no wrong answers. And to be fair, I'm right now wondering if the question was wrong. If somehow he did not communicate something clearly. I am here, right now, talking to you. So if that is your burning question, shoot it right at me. Don't wait for George to come on stage. I'm an open book. This is safe space. Yeah, I needed the money. What the fuck you talking? Why did I sell her? Needed the money. Well, congrats. I guess you were right. You got what you wanted tonight. Now, this is what this is. It's very simple. A razor-thin premise. It is a talk show hosted by George Lucas. That is basically everything you need to know. Now, if I were to prequelize it for a second, George Lucas, most successful filmmaker and comedy writer of all time. Maverick pioneer in the technology of filmmaking. Unfortunately experienced one great setback in his adult life. I hate to say it, but one night while he was sleeping, his child, his beloved child, was stolen. Straight from the cradle. He goes into the nursery. What happened? And all that's left is a note. Dear George Lucas, thank you for agreeing to sell Star Wars to us. Here is the $6 billion we agreed upon. Sincerely, the Walt Disney Corporation. A crime! It still destabilizes me to this day. How could they do that? But George did not do as I do. He did not fall over. He stood strong, he stood tall, and he built something positive out of the trauma. He decided to pivot and use this as an opportunity to explore some previously undershown aspects of his personality. His dynamite wit, his love of human interaction, his ability to connect to any stranger on a multitude of topics. And thus, the George Lucas Talk Show was born, a self-funded series of test shows waiting for a network buyer that has been going on for officially 10 years. 10 years! I think that basically catches you all up to date. Just quickly, what do you do if something funny happens on stage? Interesting. What do you do if something sad happens on stage? Yeah. And what do you do if the Mets win the World Series? Is that in play? Is that almost there? Okay. Thank God. I think that's about all you need to know. Let's start the fucking show.
retired filmmaker George Lucas.
George, no rush, but the theme song ended. Might have kind of mistimed in terms of setting the right rhythm for hitting a pace to high five everyone.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. And welcome to the house. How are you, Otto?
I'm doing phenomenally. Just splendid. How are you, George?
I'm doing really well. We haven't done a show in about 6 months.
Just enough time to recharge the batteries.
Yes, this is going to be a hot one. Everyone's got a lot. We got a lot to talk about.
Red hot!
Should we get right to it?
I think so.
Who here saw Megalopolis?
Who has done it?
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
The box office stats would say otherwise. Twice in the front row.
Who stayed all the way to the end of the credits? Who saw the special thanks?
Good shit.
I'm here to say you're welcome.
Yep.
And on behalf of my lovely wife, she's welcome too, because we both got thanks. George and Melody both thanked, both of us.
It's very thoughtful of Francis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Francis and I go way back. He was my mentor.
Yes.
And then I produced Tucker.
Yes.
The man in his dream.
The street runs both ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now he thanks me, and I say you're welcome.
Yeah. That's nice. You know, when you're young and you're full of piss and vinegar, you have to be producing each other's movies to show that you care. When you get older, you settle in yourself. Just a quick thank you, you're welcome.
You're
That's
welcome.
all it takes.
Yeah. He would produce for me.
Yes.
I produce for him.
Exactly.
We produce together sometimes.
Right, but that's young, that's ostentatious.
Now we just do thank yous and you're welcomes.
That's all you need.
Cinematic thank you, cinematic you're welcome.
Yes. I would argue that has become your primary creative art form the last 5 or 10 years. I'd say if people said, well, George Lucas, what's he up to? He stopped making movies, right? I'd be like, yeah, he does. Well, he does a talk show, of course.
Everyone says that.
And throwing around a lot of your welcomes.
That's right. Yeah, receiving gratitude is my main...
You turn it into an art form and you make it look good.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, who here has seen the Saturday Night movie? See, now that's a more accurate box office.
Yeah.
People were being honest.
That tracks.
This show has been talking about Belushi B for a long time.
When no other show would dare.
Nobody else is talking about Belushi B.
No one else.
And now he's in a major motion picture. He's on the big screen.
There's a reason he's not on your desk tonight.
That's right. He's out doing press.
He's doing press.
Belushi B's doing press for the Saturday Night movie.
Belushi
You got to
B.
go see it. People aren't going to see it, and it's a Belushi B movie. I think if they'd called it the Belushi B movie,
Yes.
I think everybody would have gone to see it.
You know what? And that is, to think about it this way. Is it burning up the box office? No. It is the highest grossing and best reviewed Belushi B movie of all time.
Yeah, and
Uncontested.
I think it may have.
Well, I guess Wired, but it hasn't beaten both.
It sold more tickets than the first episode of SNL.
This is true.
That only filled one theater. Most people watched it on TV.
And they had that. They filled one theater, and that's with Finn Wolfhard outside begging
That's
people
right.
to take tickets.
Talk about a stranger thing.
The strangest of things.
He couldn't give those tickets away.
He couldn't. Young Finn.
Yeah, he must have felt like he was in the Upside Down giving those tickets out.
Absolutely.
He's grown quite tall.
He's very tall. He's very tall.
He's a tall boy. We should bring out Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick. Patrick. Patrick.
Patrick.
Patrick. Oh, thank you.
Everyone wanted food. Hang on 1 second.
Everyone wanted food.
Yeah. I guess that's a new bit he's trying.
Yeah,
Everyone wanted food.
everyone wanted food.
Patrick, did you book real guests or are these the guests?
Try interviewing them. We'll see what happens.
A Twilight Zone episode twist. The guests are food.
Yeah.
The whole show was a buffet.
I have heard that stuffed grape leaves are hard to book this time of year. That's quite a get for the chair.
We only got stuffed grape leaves because they're in town for Comic-Con. That's truly
Everyone-
the only reason.
Everyone wants food. What next? Everyone wants to take a nap?
The night's young.
This motherfucker.
What?
This motherfucker.
What?
This motherfucker.
That? If that got a fist bump,
Yeah.
the bar is low.
This show is a red hot show. We're gonna be fist bumping all night.
No more time for whatever this is. We got to bring these guests out.
Bring these guys out, Patrick.
I agree.
Hey, Patrick, I got a quick quiz for you.
Okay.
Hey, quick quiz, Einstein.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are the guests gonna sit? You ever think about that?
No. Let's bring them out and we'll figure it out.
Crisscross applesauce on the floor?
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
With great embarrassment and no chairs to offer, please welcome to the stage, Jack Quaid, Tawny Newsome, and some gentlemen.
Oh my gosh! Wow, wow, wow! Whoa! You're gonna have to go around. You have to go around, I think. I think you gotta go all the way around. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I don't know what's. You go around, maybe?
Hi.
Do I?
I love you. Oh, thank you for chanting.
Thank you. Are you saying power guest?
Power guest! Power guest! Power guest! Power guest!
That seems wrong. That seems wrong.
John, by standing the last, you are the power guest.
Yes, I knew.
You got to stay up the whole time now.
I was just deciding whether I was going to sit on the crudité or not.
Do you want me to take it?
And I debated it.
You want me to take it?
Sure, yeah.
All right, I'll put it on the ground.
Do you want to serve it to everybody?
Yeah, I mean, do people want crudité? Okay.
You know, Patrick, I got to say, I know I was just giving you some chin music. But I should actually congratulate you.
I kept the olives.
I should congratulate you on a perfectly constructed fucking obstacle course for our guests to make it to their chairs.
Gotta test them.
I also do want to implement something that going forward will be a part of this show, which is people were chanting lower decks because 2/3 of our guests are
Oh, lower decks.
Yeah, we're
lower
right.
decks.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But John, your mishearing of them, you thought they were saying our guests.
Oh no, power.
Oh, power guests?
Power guests.
Yeah.
I misheard it, and I like, and so this is the way it's going to be going forward.
Okay.
I liked, because no other talk show's audience immediately takes possession of the guests.
Yeah.
And in the future, I would like the audience for the George Lucas talk show to chant, our guests. All right?
But
Our guests.
Our guests! Our guests!
Our guests.
It's terrifying because we can't really see you.
Yeah.
but George, let me add on to this. By the precedent established by Patrick
Yes.
and John,
The
the
last
last guest
guest
to
to
sit
sit.
becomes the power guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
The
is
chant transitions at that moment, and we will never tell our guest that backstage.
No.
You better
No.
not.
Just
No.
someone needs to hand him a plate full of feta.
Yes.
Yeah. Or we get to decide we are no longer your guests.
Wow.
And at which point the audience must chant our regrets for
Our
putting you in
regrets.
that position.
Yeah.
I don't want this to become too complicated, or I fear it won't catch on.
But I think you all got it,
think
right?
it's
You
good.
all understood the rules.
But not everyone,
yeah.
some of the people here will be at a future show,
Maybe.
and they will be the stewards of this tradition.
Yep.
We
Yes.
don't, tonight might go bad. They may not come back.
We'll see. We'll see.
But
Well,
in that
red
case,
hot.
we can't tell the new guests
No.
that this is
No.
a tradition
No,
at all.
Never.
Nope.
No.
What is the penalty for doing so?
Banishment.
I'll say this. I think there's sort of just like a gentleman's agreement not to tell them.
Yeah.
I think if they know, that's for them to take advantage of.
I'll also say this. You can tell future guests, but you can't text them or call them.
No.
You have to show up on the night of the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Backstage.
Yes.
Not be on the show.
Right.
Okay.
And just show up to tell the
But
guests.
also, don't come backstage.
No.
Please don't come
But
backstage.
no, it
past
only applies
guest?
to Jack. This is an offer to Jack.
This is for
Okay.
guests of the
Yeah.
show.
Yes.
Okay.
Guests of the show who have been part of this dynamic.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying Jack, Tawny, John, they can come back to any future show
Yes.
and spill the beans to the guests of that show.
But
Hey, you know
we're
how
not
this
allowed to be
works.
on that show when we do it.
No, you gotta leave.
We gotta leave. We have to
You can't
leave.
even-
We
you can't
can I
even
watch?
watch the
Can I
show.
can't watch?
There's
You
no
gotta go right
room on the
home.
It'll show up on
Regretfully.
YouTube within a few weeks.
Yeah.
The list is full. But the real agreement is the three of us will never tell a guest backstage as part of show prep.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Nope. That's
Ever.
You want your guests to be uninformed
Yeah.
and screamed at.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also competitive with each other.
yeah.
Yes.
Or someone out there should get to keep us.
Is it the person that got the crudité?
Yeah. The first person to chant our guest.
Do you still have it, or is it traveling?
It's
It's
traveling.
gone. Where is it?
It's traveling.
Who's got it? Is
It
there
is-
anything left?
It has boldly gone where no crudité has gone before.
This is the most
Is there one
post-COVID show
carrot
of all
left? 'Cause I
time.
do.
It's just mobile
I-
crudité. No one knows where it is.
They should put a light on that.
We got the
Can we
crudité light.
bump the lights really quick?
Follow it around the room.
Let's see those lightly
Yeah.
touched
Where
olives.
is the crudité?
Crudité,
Where-
hold it up. There it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eat
That's
a
so
What's
carrot.
left? I want to know what's left, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot?
A lot?
Good.
Well,
Good.
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's taking it.
Everyone's here is
It's
very
just being
smart.
passed around. That's so unsanitary. At this point, everybody's touched everything on that.
So speaking of crew, the show Lower Decks.
I'm applauding the
Do you guys want
transition.
this
That was
too?
wonderful.
You want to do it? No, you do it. You do
Just
it.
pass that around too. Be way more popular.
Historically, a lot of Star Trek shows, even though there's humor in them, they haven't been entirely funny on purpose.
Sure.
A lot of drama.
A lot of
George.
drama.
George, I'm sorry. We've been doing fucking press all day. Are you really going to ask this question?
But
We're the first Star Trek comedy. Are you really going to do that?
you have no idea what question I have queued
You
up.
better make it weird. You
You
better
have-
make it weird, please.
Ever hear of Star Wars Detours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
My question is, how did you get it released? How did you get Lower Decks released? Like,
Well, we didn't get it released.
somebody did.
Someone did, but I don't know. We were paid to show up and scream into a microphone.
You know, I made a funny Star Wars cartoon. I made 2 seasons of it, and it's in a vault sitting next to Song of the South.
And we all agree we should be able to see both, right? We all agree.
Was it originally called Funny Star Wars Cartoon? Was that the title?
Yeah, because that was how I knew that what we were making.
Had you guys signed on before it was greenlit, or were you guys the deciding factors to getting it greenlit?
There's no way that was true.
Green light contingent on casting.
No.
Was green light contingent on casting? What are you financial activators?
We got Newsome. It's a go.
No.
Warp speed
No.
into production. No.
No, we did not decide anything. No. It was greenlit. We signed on. We got to make the silly cartoon. To answer your question, I think someone must have chloroformed some of the people at Paramount Plus and
Yeah.
just like slipped it on the airwaves, and then it was popular, and they were like, well, fuck, we can't do anything about this.
So Lower Decks as a title is like, oh, all these other shows and movies about the upper decks. What's going on underneath, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it.
Right.
Yeah.
Watto is nothing but full of media literacy.
Yeah.
Well, this is a point I'm making. George
Yeah.
was making all these Star Wars movies, and they were all about these characters. They're hyperspeed. They're going straight ahead. And he said, what happens if you take a detour?
Right.
It's similar. He was doing directional comedy
Yes.
relative to the serious franchise.
Yeah, the question to ask in comedy is, where is it?
Where is it?
It's on the Lower
Where is
Decks.
it? Yeah.
It's on the detour. I need to know where to laugh if I'm going to know when to laugh.
It's so funny. People talk so much about who's on first. I've always wondered where's on first.
Yeah.
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 Whereas Bob's Burgers. When I first heard that this show was coming out, a long time ago, before any of the episodes came out, I thought, well, this show's just going to be about a guy and his burgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I was, and it is that. I'm not saying it's not that.
I mean, yeah.
But, and I don't know if anyone's pointed this out before. As I started to watch this show, I thought, this show is really about Bob's family.
Oh. Did they ever think about it?
But if they'd called it Bob's Family, I'm not sure it would have been a hit. Bob's Burgers.
Family.
People think, I like a burger.
Yeah.
They tune in to watch it, and before you know it, they're invested in the family.
Come for the burger, stay for the family.
Because Star Wars is largely about family. But I had to get, the wars were my burgers.
Right.
Right.
Because if I called it Star Family,
Star Family would have been.
I don't know if we get to
Honestly,
Attack
Star
of the Clones.
Family would be a good title for
Star Family?
Star Family
Yeah.
would be a good title.
I
You
would
think
still
so?
want to
Yeah.
know where it was, though.
Right.
Star Burgers would be good too.
Hey.
Star Burgers.
Star Burgers.
And would you say that's on the
If you
main
put
route
burgers-
or the detour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This burger place.
The what?
The main route or the detour?
The
Star
detour.
Burgers.
Yeah, the detour. The detour. Detours.
Well, we've just made a solid gold Hollywood pitch. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, I'm out of the game. I'm building my museum.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about all this. We can at any point, we can take a detour. We can go right back to talking Lower Decks. We can go right back to talking Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
But
Do whatever you want.
my wife has a book out. All right? It's a children's book. It's Melody Hobson, Priceless Facts About Money. Who here owns this book already? No one owns this book already?
George, she was on the Today Show this week talking
She was on the
about it.
Today Show. You guys didn't go to a bookstore today after watching the Today Show?
George, to be fair,
Yeah.
this book is ostensibly for children, and this is a 21 and over show.
Wait a minute. I just saw the picture on the back. Is George Lucas's wife black?
Hell yeah!
Oh, Tawny! Woo!
Hell yeah, she is.
Holy shit, lore drop. What the fuck?
Wow.
I need to hit a group chat. I didn't know your wife was black. I'm so sorry.
How does this change your feeling about
so
George?
Sorry.
I'm
Immediate.
way more into him now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll
way
get
more.
back to the book in a minute. Now, I heard that you talked about me on your podcast.
Yeah. I'm way more interested in your whole deal and why you put all those racist characters in the prequels.
Right.
Now you know.
That's an interesting question because, yes, it's true. Emperor Palpatine is a stone cold racist. We don't really talk about it in the movie, but I think you can guess because he's a pretty bad guy.
Okay.
I think this is honestly a fruitful line of conversation and questioning. Before we dig into it,
the right
George,
time.
you want to just pass the book to Tawny? You want to just take a look at the back cover while we're discussing this?
Yeah.
Wait, I still haven't seen the cover?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. You know, for kids.
Yeah.
There's like very little pictures on the front of this.
It's all about
Melody
401
on
Ks.
Watto and Patrick, did you buy copies of the book?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah,
Yeah, George.
yeah.
Does everybody get a copy, or?
Well, John, we didn't discuss before that we were all going to buy copies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you have to let your friends know to buy their wife's book. That needs to be something
Patrick, you didn't buy-
communicated.
I assumed she had boxes. She was going to like give out editor's copy. You know,
You thought I didn't want to pay for it.
my
It's
wife.
built into the model.
You
that
thought
have
you
to
were owed a
pay.
free book from my wife.
Yeah.
From his wife.
It's a book about money. You have to fucking buy it.
That would be very prudent.
Roughly.
Patrick,
George.
after everything I've done for you, you couldn't even buy a copy of Melody's book?
Couldn't buy one copy.
We had a text thread. I said, hey, everybody buy a copy of Melody's book.
I bought 3, and you couldn't buy one.
Can
I
I?
bought 3 copies.
Can I have one?
Can you have one? No.
No,
Shit.
can I? I can't have one.
No, then our guests are going to be empty-handed.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank
I
you.
want
You
this.
get a book.
I get a book.
Do you not have children?
No.
Oh, you have no
Yeah,
children.
George and I can
Well,
share.
don't say it so.
Okay.
Don't say it so.
How long has your wife been black?
Good question.
That's a very
From the
political.
picture,
that's
I would
very
say
election
2 to 3
season
years.
question. No, she didn't turn black as Donald Trump.
Did you have
thinks it
another
works.
wife before? I'm really trying to track some of the
He
choices.
did have
made.
another wife before.
You had another wife before,
Yeah.
and that's where the racism came from. And then you got this wife, and you went, you know what? I'm just gonna get out of the business.
That's not a picture of his wife.
It's not.
That's that's what it is.
It is.
My wife. How dare you?
I'm floating the theory that you just put a picture of somebody else.
Float
Miles,
away.
Google George Lucas and his wife.
I'm doing it
George
right
Lucas
now.
and
I'm
his wife.
fine. I believe you.
I'm
just
gonna
saying
show you
That
anyways.
would be a good play.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to imagine George Lucas at the cookout, and like, I just can't. I'm having a hard time. Like, what do you bring to the black family reunion? Like, are you trying to bring
here's a
potato
picture.
salad?
Here's a picture of them at SNL 40.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
She's way taller than him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to say him. He's right in front
When
of you.
you-
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm right here.
When
Also-
you go,
Yeah.
I've
my
just
queen
been a
is
big
tall.
fan for years. You're just this, you're this other entity to me.
I'm learning
George.
a lot. When you go to her nephew's wedding, do you do the cha-cha slide? Do you do the wobble?
I do it all. I do whatever she wants me to.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay, I'll get off this topic. I'm blown away.
So there's a whole chapter on change.
Because you don't
Yeah.
dress like
Yeah.
a man who's married to a black woman is all I'm saying. Like,
I don't what?
I'm just...
But change, not like societal change.
No,
It's social change.
like change for. Then there's a whole chapter on the bank.
Yeah, like
It's a
dimes
book about
and
money
quarters.
for kids, Jack.
Wow.
Learning a lot.
Should we just read it from it?
I mean,
Let's pick a section of it.
well, every chapter there's characters.
Yeah, there's
characters and we can read the lines from
Storytelling,
these.
Jack.
One of the
It's a-
characters is named John, so I feel like Jack. Do you want to read that?
Yeah,
or-
sure.
Wait, I'm right here.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right.
I'm right here, George.
And
The character's more of a
it's so
Jack Quaid type. It's just a type thing.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say H. John.
oh no, wait, hold on.
Jack
There
is a nickname
they
for
spell
John.
it with an H in John. John, will you read it?
You want to split it up? Yeah.
Yeah, John and Jack.
We will read it at the same time.
Let's do.
I feel like
Let's do the opposite of what they did with Andy Kaufman and Jim Henson in the Saturday Night movie.
Okay.
We'll have 2 actors play 1 role.
1 role. Got it.
Alternating
So
lines.
we read
We're reading in
together.
unison.
I'm Mary
In
Kate
unison.
Jack,
Ashley.
you read odds. John, you read evens.
Also, what
Tawny-
chapter are we doing?
Yeah, where do we start? like high, the chapter that says.
There's one on hidden
chapter
treasure.
titled High.
Do you want page 28?
HI.
28.
Oh, 28. Okay.
28. Allowance.
Allowance. Because it's a book for kids, so we're teaching kids.
I woke
money.
up this morning and this is not what I expected for this show.
Can,
Who's Melody?
I'm happy to read the
That's
Jamie
the
Dimon
wife.
quote.
Tawny, will you be Melody?
I guess I have to be Melody.
I mean, I'll cast Patrick, but I think
No.
I'll get in trouble for it.
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
be-
not. That would not end well for me.
I would be honored to play George Lucas's black wife that I knew about.
You could just say wife at this point. We've established
No,
that.
it hasn't sunk in for me
Okay.
yet.
I'll however long it takes you.
Thank you.
But I don't say it that way. I don't say like my black wife is here. You know? I know that hits different.
It hits a
And I
little.
want
It does.
correct.
It hits a little different.
All right, so
It seems appropriate though.
Sorry,
It's-
wait.
there's a brief crawl at the beginning of this chapter that just says the word allowance.
Yeah.
What if
I'll-
you meet somebody who can't see?
What do you mean?
If to introduce your wife.
You have to alert them. You have to alert them. Because you can't just let them find out like I did here in front of strangers. That's trauma.
It's true.
I've been getting along just fine.
No, you've traumatized
You
people.
don't have to say. That's true.
What should I say should I come across a person who can't see my wife?
No, say it right.
You
What?
could say this.
Say my wife right.
Oh, my wife.
Thank you.
There you go. I'll accept
Of course
that.
you do that. Yeah, of course. Of course you do the Borat. Everybody does.
Yeah, I show up at a wedding, I'll do the Borat.
It's funny that you do that. You love Borat.
I do.
George
I'll do
Lucas
Borat, I'll
loves
do
Borat.
Bruno. I won't do Ali G. I know that's not appropriate.
What?
You know that now or before you married her?
No, that's
What
something I learned.
made you find that out?
I learned that.
She told
How
him.
did
She
you
told
learn
him.
that?
I said booyah kasha. and then someone said, don't say that. I said, okay. And that someone was my wife.
So just to clarify, John and I are reading the lines at the same time when
No,
we do
alternate.
No.
Oh, we're alternating. Okay,
Who wants
John.
to go,
Jack,
who wants to
you're-
go first? Should we do?
Jack is odds and
Wait,
John
we're
is
reading
evens.
both characters?
No,
No.
you're John.
John.
We're
I'm
both
John.
John,
You're both John.
But
and
Jack
I'm
is-
odds and you're evens.
Jack is the first line. You're the second line. Jack
Okay.
is the third
Oh,
line.
okay,
You're the
we
fourth
alternate.
line.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
and go.
You got a book. Did you sell all your cupcakes?
Yes, but I didn't earn quite enough, so I had to add in some money I received for my birthday.
I would have used the allowance I get for doing chores at home, like folding laundry and taking out the trash.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I put a little mustard on.
Are we
My
angry?
John is different from your John.
It's like
This is sort of a
it's good John, bad John. Is that what
My
we're
John
doing?
is, we're the same person, but we have.
It's
like,
You're a lot angrier. I'll just say that.
everybody has like hidden secrets,
Okay.
and I'm just going a little deeper than you.
Sure. I'm going pretty surface level with this. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine. You had the first line.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't critiquing your work. I thought it was
No.
great.
It's fine. I'm just letting everyone know I'm phoning this in.
No, Jack,
That's
you're
what-
taking the
that's
main
what-
route, and John's taking the detour. And there's a
Okay, yeah,
balance
there we
here.
go.
That's good.
You can't have the detour without the main route. That's what they
Exactly.
teach.
Well, let's see what you do next.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
All right. Tawny, I'm sorry. Did you say your line?
Sure didn't.
Oh, wow. Go for it.
My mom says chores are part of living in our house, so I don't get paid for them. A black woman wrote this, yeah. She's like, get paid for chores. Yeah, the payment is you live here. Allowance. You're allowed to live in my house, child. Yeah.
This is a racist manifesto. This is like,
But from the right point of view.
Really?
Oh, wow.
I guess different families have different feelings and ideas about money.
Wow. Now that's acting. Wow.
Top that one, motherfucker. Symbolism.
For what?
Yeah, I don't.
and he took a bite of the apple. So proud. What that was.
They sure do. So how do you spend your allowance?
I'm sorry about other John.
It's okay. I'm talking to you now.
I know, but sometimes it's hard to differentiate.
I can hold space for both.
This is all in the book, by the way. Like we're just
I know
reading
you
the page.
think there's one John, but there might be more.
We
Sometimes I used to buy something I want right now. Sometimes I donate my allowance to charities or others in need. Sometimes I save for months until I have enough money to buy something more expensive, like a Chicago Bulls jersey.
Wow.
My grandma likes to give money as gifts, and one year I saved my Christmas gift, my birthday gift, and my tooth fairy money, so I had enough to adopt a koala bear?
It is in there. This is real.
That's in here.
That's there. Look at that fucking koala.
Now,
Really? I've never seen you walking a koala.
fair.
You're sticking with that. Jesus, the whole apple.
You have so many apples to get through.
Oh shit, there's more. Some of these are tangerines. It's gonna take a while to peel.
That's because my koala lives in Australia. Her name is Creaky, which is also the sound she makes.
What? George, did you help with the dialogue here?
You do a pass?
I wish.
Wow.
I had no notes for this book. Creaky koala, are you kidding me? That's a great name for a koala. And the sound is the name.
Is a creaky
No,
koala
creaky is
literally an Ewok?
Creaky?
Is that the sound a koala makes?
That's the sound that creaky koala makes.
Have you ever heard the sound a koala makes?
No.
Yeah, neither have I, so I don't know.
But what else would creaky represent?
What do you mean?
What do you forget it?
Not everything has a deeper meaning. Sometimes a burger is just a burger, Bob.
Yeah, but is it? You want to keep going?
Yeah.
There's only 2 more
Almost
lines.
done, yeah.
All right, give me an apple.
Yep.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Oh fuck! I have no more lines left. This is for all the marbles.
Oh,
Do you think you'll ever get to visit Creaky in Australia?
Wow. He's going full mango on that apple.
Power guest, power guest,
Power guest! Power guest! Power guest! Power guest! Tawny, play us out. You got one more
Here
line.
we go.
And I'm sorry, but here you go.
Look. Okay, yeah, I'll eat them both. She just says yes, but I'll have to save a long time to do that. When you guys got married, what did your tie match her dress?
Oh,
is what
great
I want to
question.
know.
I don't know if there are photos of your wedding, George.
I
Well,
need photos
George
of
is a
this.
private person.
Yeah.
Is
Let's
he?
look.
Melody Hobson.
Someone in the audience just said, "There's wedding photos." Oh wow, there are
Some
wedding
photographer
photos.
leaked.
Jordan, I've never seen this before.
Oh my gosh!
yeah.
Wait,
You wanna
she's
bring it up on screen?
stunning.
It's adorable, George.
You want to bring it up on screen?
Can you Google George Lucas wedding and just bring up that photo back there?
Let me read my part of this.
You make a beautiful couple.
Melody Hobson is co-CEO and president of Ariel Investments, the first African-American-owned mutual fund in the United States.
Lovely.
She is the chairman of Starbucks Corporation and serves on the
what?
board of directors
Yeah.
at J.P. Morgan Chase and Company.
She's a big deal, Tawny.
Yeah.
They were considering her for the Biden cabinet.
Whoa,
Tawny.
whoa.
Yes.
Why aren't you different?
Here we go. Bring up that.
Because I am.
Bring up the fourth photo. That's the one I like. Yeah, look at that. Make that full screen.
Oh,
Please
she's
don't.
stunning.
Oh, but
Lovely,
George, look,
sir.
there's a photo from your first wedding on there too.
Oh, I love her.
Look how happy you are, George.
Congrats.
Now, can we go back to that first tab really quick? Can you go to the second line on the end?
I'm sorry, but it does kind of look like you guys are in space.
Oh, George.
Yeah, click the most to make of that with a free account.
There you are.
How
There he
many
is.
times have you been married?
69, hilarious.
I do love, like, jokes aside, I do love finding out that somebody has a black wife that I didn't know about because it does make you instantly safer to me. I'm like, oh, safe.
Right.
Safety.
I didn't invite you on the show for it to be a danger show.
Some people don't know how dangerous they are.
Yeah.
And some guests we do invite on for it to be a danger show, so
I
you're
bet
really
you
lucky.
do.
Yeah.
We were a safety show?
Yeah, you guys were
Okay.
safe.
Cool.
We're safe.
That makes sense.
So she serves on the board of directors at J.P. Morgan Chase and Company. Princeton University, her alma mater, is building a new residential college in her name, the first to be named after a black woman. Time magazine listed her as one of the 100 most influential people. She is married to filmmaker George Lucas.
Retired, though. George, you're retired.
And this book was inspired by their young daughter. Melody Hobson splits her time between Chicago and San Francisco, two places that would not build my museum.
Hold on.
Do you guys know about the museum?
Oh, we don't.
No, I have
no
no idea.
George is building a museum right now in both of your
In
hometowns,
LA.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
Opens
It's
next
down-
year.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry.
Oh, my Lord.
That was like a
Now-
jump
I'm
scare for
sorry.
me.
Can we
Oh, my
Google
Lord.
get the picture of the museum up on screen?
No,
Yeah.
no one has ever scared me with a picture of a potential museum before.
Can we pull
That
up a
rocks my world.
photo of the museum? It's called the Lucas Museum of
Museum.
Narrative Art.
Yeah.
It's going to be near USC. Oh, look
Okay.
at that. You typed in George Lucas, and the next word that popped up was museum. That's amazing.
wow.
Here it
There's
is.
so many different
Okay,
ones.
now let's make this full screen and tell us what you guys think this looks like. Like, what is your initial... What's the initial thought on what you think? There's no wrong answer here.
It looks like a Shoals insole.
Okay,
That-
great.
If this
Great.
were Family Feud, I think that is the top answer. That's
Yes.
the number one survey says answer. There's another one we get a lot.
Vibrator.
I'd say personal massager, but this
Yeah.
I forgot.
You would
Watto
say
is
that.
very PC. I
is a
forgot.
family show.
Oh.
Which side do you insert?
Well, what kind of night is it?
You have two options. I get it.
Yeah, so this is set to open next year in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Haven't heard an opening date, George.
No.
We're getting close.
Maybe 2026.
Yeah, we're getting real close.
Yeah.
I've lived in LA basically my entire life. I've never fucking heard of this thing.
Jack, they broke ground
not
on
there
it,
yet. It's not
I
there
think
yet.
a decade ago.
I feel like I would have found out. I'm a
they
huge fan. I feel like I would have known.
We wanted it to be a surprise.
So you kept everyone, you made sure everyone in
Just-
my life never told me,
Yeah.
just so I could
Don't
find
tell
out
Jack.
on this stage.
Don't tell Jack. Let
Well,
it be. I'm gonna scare
color me
I'm gonna
flummoxed.
scare the shit out of him with
Oh,
a
shit.
postcard.
George, can
Yeah.
we? I don't think we ever talked about this on the show. Can we talk about the song really quick that you made?
The song?
You made a song about the
Yeah.
museum.
Yeah.
And from what we have heard, George isn't around too much while they're building the museum.
Sure,
but
sure,
we've
sure.
heard this from people, and this is real, who are working on the museum, that while they were building the museum, the song that George wrote was playing over the loudspeakers.
I don't think this is a weird story. If George Lucas writes a song about the museum, they just play it in the museum because he owns the museum. By he, I mean me.
And this is the thing, just to clarify what we're saying here. The man who is on stage with us currently,
George
Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
Guy wrote the song that they're listening to.
Okay.
Melody's husband,
Melody's
I'll be referring
husband.
to you
Yes.
as.
Yes.
She's now my favorite person in the world.
Mine too.
She better be.
Wow.
I mean, I love my kids too.
Oh yeah, you got kids.
Yeah.
Wow. So I'm just learning a lot.
Yeah. So what did you say about me on your podcast?
I was just like, wow, the Phantom Menace sure has a lot of like different flavors in it, and
Yeah, it's spicy.
I wonder why it was like that and who let it be like that.
Tawny, talk on that.
Yeah. I just had questions about, like, where some of you were trying to be from.
Any specific character
Some
in
of you.
mind?
Just like a handful.
some of you.
A handful of you.
That
Also,
you feel like are coded as if they are from specific groups?
it's not for me to say.
Sure.
It's not. No. I wouldn't dare. I want to know what Melody thinks about it, is what I want to know. I want to see her
Has she seen them, George?
description.
Yeah.
I want her to
She's
describe
fine. She's fine with
every
Star Wars.
character.
Yeah. Well, I assume you're referring to Senator Jar Jar Binks?
Yes.
Well, he
Sure,
wasn't a
that's
senator
one.
yet in that one, technically, right?
No, he wasn't. Hadn't gone into politics yet.
Okay. Sorry, but still, from this moment forth, he's known as Senator Jar Jar?
Well, we live in a time period in which he had been senator.
Okay, yeah, sure,
once,
sure.
Once someone
I'm just
is a
saying-
Yeah.
once someone is a president, you always
No,
refer
no,
to them as
no,
a
of course, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
yes,
you
yes.
respect the office.
Right, okay, so like meaning in the same logic, you put on that hat in
Yes.
the second movie, and now you wear it for the rest of your life.
Rest of
Yes.
life, yeah.
Because that was the most recent film I was in.
Yeah, there you go.
22 years ago.
You
It's been, look, we all talk about it. It's tough out there for working actors.
sure?
Yeah.
I'm going up for stuff all the
now,
time.
Watto, you've worked with Jack before.
Yeah, we
If
go way
Marty.
back.
We did. People don't know this. Jack
Yeah.
and I worked together on the HBO series Vinyl.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Short-lived HBO series, vinyl.
My old friend Marty
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
produced and
Which had
directed
an
the
all-star
pilot.
cast. You were one of the leads. You were sort of the young lead of the show.
I was like, sure, whatever. You were still wearing the hat on the show, which I respected,
Well,
by the
this
way.
is the thing, because that show, I mean, I feel like had like 20 regulars and like
Oh,
20
yeah.
additional heavy recurrings. And people remember the big names. They remember Jack Quaid and Juno Temple and Olivia Wilde and Bobby Cannavale. And they
Yeah, based
remember
off the
some-
crowd reaction, people definitely remember
Everyone
that show.
Everyone remembers. And they even remember like some of the sort of supporting stars on the rise. Your Ephraim Sykes, your Mackenzie Meehan,
Yes,
your
of
Griffin
course.
Newmans. People forget
Yeah.
that I was on every episode. And the reason is, and this is fair, is that I was also cut out of every episode.
Yes.
But now
I
that
think-
that's established, we can talk about our experiences being on set together.
It was
and
crazy.
It's canon and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Watto, who was your character again?
Watto.
Yes. And so, just for those that don't know, it was a show set in the 70s about the music industry.
Yes.
And Watto, I think like through no fault of your own, I think maybe like in retrospect, like seeing the cuts and like seeing the dailies,
Yes.
they were like, it's a little weird to have like a big blue flying man with a hat.
That was the thing.
Like-
I was right. In
Yeah.
theory, I was part of the bullpen with you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was supposed to be a young A&R guy.
Yeah.
And when they watched the cuts, they were like, he's not totally playing
He doesn't
correctly.
gel.
He's a little out of sync with
Yeah.
the tone.
I will say though, a lot of people do cocaine on that show. And
Absolutely.
you were arguably the best.
Well, I mean, look,
It's
Look
the
at that.
easiest for you.
that's
I got-
pretty great.
yeah.
this is a Coke Expressway. you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, you
but
taught
what-
me a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was sort of my main characterization. I remember going to Marty and saying, I think I found an in to this character.
Yeah.
What if I am sort of, I speak less and I snort more?
Yeah. And we eventually just got cut you flying, and it was very, very odd to see you walk around, I have to
Yes.
say.
Walk around a bit for us. Like, do some lines, not of Coke, from the show.
Yeah, please.
And just walk around and, like, let's see what this character was like.
All coked up.
Do you want me to play against you? I'll just stand here. I'll be your
What was your character name again?
His name was Clark.
Last name?
Morel.
Okay.
Why do I fucking remember this?
Because you're a real actor. Okay, ready?
Okay, here we go. Doing the thing.
No, really, Jack. Come on, get into it, buddy.
God damn it, Quaid.
Hey,
Start again.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
I'm good.
Patrick.
Is that what
Patrick?
Hang on, wait. Is that what he was like on the show?
Patrick. Patrick.
Yeah.
I know you're a producer.
Yeah.
But you need to understand one thing.
Okay.
The time between action and cut, that's our time.
That's our time.
That's sacred.
That's our time.
That's sacred.
Watto.
Once we're in it, there's nothing wrong.
Just safe space. How you feeling? How you feeling about this?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
I'm trying to protect us.
I'm trying to protect us.
Because this is our
This
space.
is special.
This is our time.
You are so fucking gifted.
You are so locked in. I
so
see it
good.
right now in your eyes.
Fucking
You're
love
right
you.
there.
Fucking
you
love
got
you.
right there.
Right there. Ready
You're
for
right
this?
there.
Ready for this? Here we
You're
go.
right
Yeah,
there.
fuck
Okay,
yeah,
ready?
fuck yeah, let's
Okay,
go.
let's
Jack,
back
I
to
just
one.
really want you to get into it.
Hey, guys.
I just really want.
Okay.
Watto,
Great.
HBO has fired Patrick as showrunner. George Lucas is stepping in.
Oh, no.
Okay, shit. All right.
There we go.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
That's cool. That's cool. We got this.
Wow.
No pressure.
This is great.
It's
He's in
fine.
the Scott Z. Burns position. That's a joke for
That's
two
a good.
people.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You know
man.
what I'm saying.
Oh, that was crazy.
Okay.
I've never done a joke in a room full of people where only we got
Yes.
that. That was the most inside of a single baseball that has ever existed. Here we go.
Here's
it.
a fun
Jack,
stat.
I got it.
Thanks, man.
Here's the fun stat. Many shows have been canceled in history. Vinyl is one of the only TV shows in history to be unrenewed.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was picked up for a second season.
And then, nope.
Never mind.
Wow.
What do we do with these scripts we wrote? Who cares?
Who cares?
Sets, burn them down. Okay, let's get
Here we go.
Yeah.
And action.
Sorting record.
Hey, Clark, what's jiving?
Oh, hey, Watto.
You heard this new ABBA demo?
Pretty sick. I think those chicks from Sweden
And also dudes.
and also dudes, they fucking got something, man.
Yeah, in my opinion, music's garbage, but I'd fuck the blonde.
Yeah. That was a real line
Real
he
line.
had.
Real line.
Not joking.
Real line.
Why do I remember this shit?
Because you're a professional.
I know. Oh, man, I guess I'm just going to go and somehow discover disco music, even though I'm just some white young dude.
No, I think this is a good plot line. I think
Yeah.
this is going to pay
I don't
off.
think this is problematic whatsoever.
Absolutely not. I can't wait to experience your full 5-season arc.
Same here, Watto.
Yeah.
And cut.
Now, is this show still available on Max?
Oh, there's no way. That was Zaslav's first cut.
It got cut fast.
On Blu-ray, though?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
People can buy the Blu-ray.
Yes.
Yeah, the only remaining one is in my closet somewhere at home.
Do you really discover disco in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I literally go into a club and I'm like, there's something to this.
Hear me out. I know this sounds crazy.
You know that new sound you've been looking for?
Well, listen. Honestly, I'm sure if we had a second season, I would have said that.
Yeah, get a load of this. Oh.
John, what canceled show of yours do you miss the most?
Oh.
Wow. Oh,
Wow, I forgot about John Benjamin Has a Band.
You forgot?
Hey,
It's got your name in
about
it.
that, yeah.
that's a great fucking show.
It is a good show.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank
Great
you.
show.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. No. It's not the one I miss the most. But shout it out. Dr. Katz, yeah.
This is fun.
Also, no.
I mean, John, I'll say, like, Home Movies was the show where I really locked into you and fell in love with your work. And he's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Of course,
thank you.
You played Coach McGurk and Jason most famously, but also a lot of side characters.
I don't know who else, but
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. Yes, Walter.
Yes,
Walter.
right. I couldn't remember if you were Walter or Perry. But you were
I
Walter.
think we switched off.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But two of the funniest characters.
sounded like this. So we decided to switch every show.
Coach McGurk and Jason are, for my money, two of the funniest characters in the history of television.
That's not possible.
Truly. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you as an actor, especially a show like that where you're playing a child, right? As an adult, you were voicing a child.
Yeah.
And it's now been, I think, about 20 years since the show ended, almost.
Right.
Do you ever think about how Jason grew up?
Great question. The most Patrick question you could ask.
Hold on.
I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna be like, do you ever think about why I had a child? And I do. I do regret that.
Okay, yeah. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So we're knocking them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where would Jason turn? I think Jason was smart.
He was.
Yes.
He knew about the points.
Wait.
What does that mean?
No.
It's all about the points in negotiation. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you read Priceless Facts About Money?
That's great.
Have you read it?
Yeah.
Have you actually read it?
I've read it, yes.
It's your wife's book. Have you read it?
Yes, I've
it's
read
for
it.
children, but I'm assuming you read it.
Yeah, but my wife
Sorry,
wrote
George,
it. so
you
I read
fully
it.
zoned out for a second. You were just that's great.
It's his recharge time. This happens
we
sometimes.
need to let him power down.
Yeah.
I mean, to go back to, I
Yes.
think Jason probably would have done the best. Brendan, I think, the main character
Yeah.
who made movies, probably would not have made movies.
Victim of his own ego. Yes.
Did the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll admit, this was a bit of a leading question.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
I hope, does anyone know this show? Because otherwise it seems like...
One of the best. And by the
Okay,
way,
good.
a show that has not been
Just wanted to make sure,
Zaslav.
because otherwise we're having a really boring conversation.
A show that has not been Zaslaved, all 4 seasons currently on Max. Watch it if you haven't. One of the greatest shows of all
We also
time.
just sat through an hour and a half of vinyl bits. So they're going to love this.
That's a negative audience.
Negative.
I wish I had been on vinyl.
So did I.
Yeah.
So do I.
You had your shot.
I did.
This is true. It's selfish. You think about how many
you
actors
can't-
never got to be on vinyl.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're
I
looking
know.
at a bunch of them.
Yes.
I know. I was supremely lucky. Continue. I'm so
John-
sorry.
I have to say, where I record Bob's Burgers, there's a vinyl poster.
Wow.
Okay.
Because it's clearly where you did your ADR.
I think Watto's name is on that poster.
You're the one guy that signed that post?
I was
did
the
not
one.
see-
I was
did see
the
this.
one.
Yes, your
What do you
signature.
What do you write on the ADR posters?
What do I write? Watto. What do you fucking...
You don't leave a little message?
Yeah, I go all the best. Watto.
That's boring.
John, the reason I ask is because
Yes.
the show's so big for me, have lived with it for decades now. There is a comedic performer, a great actor, improviser, comedian, podcaster in New York City named Connor Ratliff, who always, in a way, has reminded me of, like, this maybe is like an adult Jason. There's a certain vibe. And I agree with you, Jason's very smart, he's savvy, he's empathetic, he's funny.
Yeah.
But there's this energy that I've always sort of like linked between the two of them.
What is his podcast about?
Oh boy. George, have you heard it?
Or rather, should I say, what? Let me see if I. Yeah, what is his podcast about?
His podcast,
It's my best Jason. That's my best Jason, and I was Jason.
how
It's funny for the person who played the character to say, this is my best interpretation
Yes.
of that character.
And I knew if I wish I could have done it like this, it's way better than the way I did it.
how much of the voice was it you doing practically? Was there any adjustment in post?
I actually, when I did this is what I did. So
It was just that.
I put my hand against one side of my nose. That was really hard because we would have to improvise scenes for sometimes like 20 minutes, and I'd have to hold my. So
your
that
finger gets
character always made my nose hurt.
His podcast is excellent.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It's in a way it's about filmmaking.
Okay.
It's about the sort of journeys you go on in the entertainment industry. You know how you cross through and make it to the other side of something like working on a vinyl.
Why are we plugging stuff for people who aren't even here?
What? Because I like it. I can't recommend stuff.
Patrick, are you saying we're not allowed to recommend stuff on the show?
Patrick, are you saying we're not allowed to recommend stuff on this show?
I mean, everybody's gonna watch vinyl for
Yeah.
sure.
You want to see Watto snorting coke out of his trunk in the background?
Yeah.
Get on that one Blu-ray that exists.
Yeah, and
That
Patrick,
I have.
occasionally we will mention people, and then who knows? Maybe that person shows up later that same year in an episode of Bob's Burgers. You never know.
It's possible.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool.
Wait, who would that be?
I don't know. Whoever you were talking about.
The guy from Vinyl, Paul Van Victor.
No, the guy who reminded you of Jason who had the podcast. I'm just saying, as an example, that's the kind of working actor
Yes.
Yeah.
who could have recorded an episode of Bob's Burgers like
Yes.
over a year ago.
Of course.
And maybe it'll come out within a few months.
Animation takes a long time. All three of you know that.
Right? Who knows?
If that guy was to go on Bob's Burgers, is there like a type of character that he would play?
Yeah, fire marshal.
Oh, okay.
And this is the kind of person.
Wow.
This is the kind of person that might have walked past you in a recording studio as you were walking out, and maybe not even said anything.
Yeah. Maybe he just kind of quietly
kinda like-
tapped the vinyl poster
yeah,
and
yeah,
went
yeah.
on his way.
Yeah.
They said, hello, Watto. Hello again.
John,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about something you did that, in a way, was a trilogy.
Wait, George, are you talking about you?
I'm talking about you.
No. I'm talking about a person who would have walked past me in the studio.
I have not recorded voice work for
You
Bob's
should get
Burgers.
George Lucas on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be.
I can send you my reel. I was on Just Shoot Me and the OC.
Sorry, you were on the OC?
What?
Jack,
Yeah.
Wait,
guess who he played? Take one guess who
Take
he
one
played.
guess who I played. Guess who I played.
Steven
A fire
Spielberg?
marshal?
I don't know.
Fire marshal.
Who did you play? Santa Claus?
He only plays fire
Strike
marshal.
one.
Did you get George Lucas? Did you play yourself?
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, what you said. That you only went well. Do what you said.
This is the greatest day of my life.
You have
Jack,
such a
he
strange
tells,
life.
is it Seth? Is that who you're in the scene with? I think it's, right?
I don't know the characters on the OC.
You're in the scene. You're in a
This
scene
was
with Adam
decades ago.
Brody.
I'm 80.
Yeah, yeah.
George is in a scene with Adam Brody, and Adam Brody goes, I don't want to go to prom. I wrote a comic book, and I want to make it into a movie. I don't know how those two things are related. I
Right.
haven't seen the OC. And George goes, you should go to prom. I didn't go to prom, and I regret not going to prom. I made Star Wars. Speaking of which, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, comes out this weekend.
Synergy.
It was a
No
it was
way.
press?
This is a plug?
Synergy.
Yes. Yes.
Why did you do
Why?
that?
Why?
Gotta always be hustling.
George,
Why did they write
But that's
this?
the only.
George,
Makes
so
no
That's the
I-
only
sense.
cameo you've ever done?
No, I was on Just Shoot Me.
What
And that
else?
was just for pleasure.
Wait,
What else have you been on?
you're in another movie too, though.
Yeah. I've been Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Can we do the Beverly Hills Cop
Man, you
scene?
Sure, yeah.
Watto, do
John-
you want to be?
let's go.
Watto, do you want to be Axel? I'll be the girl that George is with in the scene.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no, Watto's gonna be Axel.
I have to be Axel.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Here we go, George. I'm your girl.
I didn't know.
I'm ready when I'm ready.
I heard the time between action and cut was his time. I didn't know the time before action was also his time.
well, you guys need to take a second to connect with each other
Yeah,
as
hold on.
actors.
Hold on.
What are we doing?
Oh, not
up.
me.
There we go. Get in there.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Lock in. Look at me.
I think you're
Look
so
at
fun-
me.
I think you're so
I
funny.
love you. You're one of the funniest people of all time. You wrote the most successful joke in history.
Eddie, just be careful. This is a John Landis film. He's a friend, but people have died on his movies.
Yeah, duck. Duck. Stay. Hey, George, stay low. Stay low.
It's not a Eddie. It's not a bit. It's
No,
not a bit.
no. I'm serious.
I'm doing this because I think it's fun, but
Of
like,
course.
let's be
Not
careful.
serious, honestly. Crouch. Flex your knees.
Go around this way.
Okay, and
So
just
you have to picture there's we're at a big amusement park.
What's it called?
I don't remember.
Okay.
who do you think he is? Jack Quaid? He remembers dialogue from 10 years ago?
All right.
Oh, called out.
Okay, so we're waiting to get into the ride.
Ferris
We're
wheel.
next.
It's a Ferris wheel.
Okay.
A Ferris wheel is a ride. Please, let's not fight about this. If a Ferris wheel was not a ride, that would have been a totally fair correction. A Ferris wheel, it's a Ferris wheel.
Now, for the sake of theater, can we all buy in this is a gun, okay?
Also buy in that is Axel Foley.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, ready?
Also-
Here we go.
Okay, ready?
Cold gun on set.
Yep. Do you want to check the chamber?
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
This needs to happen.
Yep.
These lines aren't in the movie, but I would do a couple of lines just to set the who, what, where of it.
You got to get into it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Everyone
should-
has their own process.
Should we, Jack? Do you want to play John Landis in Call Action?
Oh.
Hey, look, in a way, it's a good part. It's a meaty part.
I wanted a call action, but did I have to be John Landis?
Okay, Jack, how about this?
For the sake of this, can I just be myself?
How about
Going back in time?
Let's make it easier for you. You're Max Landis and you're calling out.
Oh, fuck! Look, I know I'm a Nepo, but I don't deserve this shit. Come
Hey,
on.
you're the good one. You're Hollywood's good boy.
Hollywood good boy.
Hollywood's
All right.
good boy.
Hollywood good boy. Max
Hollywood good
Landis.
God
Okay, let's go.
damn it.
All right.
Hey, I'm just a regular normal guy, not Max Landis at all. Action!
Why are they letting a normal guy call action on this set?
I know it's not part of the union, but sure.
Patrick,
Yeah.
what happens between action and cut is sacred. You have to stay in it. There are
Okay,
no
I'm in it.
mistakes.
I'm in it. I'm in it.
Everything's a gift.
I'm in it. I'm
Don't
in it.
step
I'm
out
in
of the reality
right.
and comment on it.
I don't even have lines.
You're my date. I gotta tell you, I don't normally date white women. But let's just go on this Ferris wheel ride. We're next in line, so it should be pretty fun. We've waited our turn, and that's the way it works. When you've waited your turn, eventually you get to the front of the line. I don't know if me explaining this is, you like that or not, but we should be next. Here it comes to a stop, and they're gonna put us into.
Out of the way!
Hey!
That's it. That's the scene. That's the scene.
I'm not Max Landis.
Yeah.
All right. And if you watch the new Beverly Hills Cop movie on Netflix, I think you might find a few subtle references to my character if you watch closely.
Did any of you audition for that new Beverly Hills Cop movie on Netflix?
No.
I didn't know it existed. Did it happen? Was it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
Where is it? Who's
Johnny,
in it?
there were billboards all over LA.
I don't look at.
It was
I
on
pay
those
attention
stupid
to the
robots
road.
that deliver food.
I pay attention to the road, and I don't allow robots to bring me food.
Tawny,
All right.
No, it's no one's choice that the robots give you food.
No, I
You
kick
just
'em
get a
over.
notification
No.
saying there's a robot bringing you
If a
food.
robot's bringing
That's
me
so
a
nice.
banh mi, I kick that thing over and I order again.
Should we explain? This is a very LA discussion.
That's a
I
correct
don't think
answer.
this happens in New York. Do
you guys don't
have
have robots bring you food?
No.
Good!
No.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Okay.
Keep
You know
it
about
that
this?
way.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
great.
Seen, I've seen.
Tawny,
keep
I say
trapping
this,
on
I
them.
say this with no judgment, but I'm just surprised you didn't know about this film because Netflix movies exist so much.
They exist hard, and then they vanish like Brigadoon.
I don't think so. I think they're the most watched movies ever.
Yeah.
And we all remember them for all time immemorial.
Oh, that's interesting. I've done a lot of Netflix projects, and I bet most of your memories got wiped right after you watched them. I don't know.
Tawny, what was it like being in the Space Force?
Oh.
On Netflix.
Thank you.
I know, that's why I asked.
No,
Yeah, I know.
I didn't enlist in the military.
Totally forgot about that show.
Yeah. That's real.
Tawny was the lead.
No, Steve Carell was
You
the
were
lead.
no, but it was about you. You were the heart.
Thank
Tawny,
you.
I watched the whole thing, Tawny.
That's a strange lens that only my mom has.
Well,
thank you.
Can you introduce us?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I appreciate it. You know, the funny thing about that show is that when we started the first season, Greg Daniels, greatest dude in the world, greatest showrunner ever, I guess Netflix was like, hey, do you think as you're writing this, are you ever going to actually go to space? And he was like, absolutely not. This is a workplace comedy. We're never going to space. Spoiler, end of season 1, I land on the moon.
Yeah.
And we were not budgeted for that at all.
You and friends of the show, Chris Gethard and Aparna Nancherla, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We were in real space suits. Those things cost about $500,000 a piece. We were in real spacesuits that were so heavy, they pressed on our collarbones all day. It was the most rigorous, silly comedy I've ever worked on in my life. I still have injuries from filming scenes from that thing.
And if I'm not mistaken, Watto, you were also cut from Space Force, right?
Yes, yeah.
I was heavy recurring.
Yep.
Was in 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you were in
cut
10 out of
of
10.
You were in a lot of moon scenes, correct?
A ton. That was the thing. Because it got changed in post. They did
Yeah,
this
a lot.
Oh,
You
okay.
write the movie 3 times.
Thank you for telling me.
Right?
Yeah.
You write it on the page, you write
Yeah.
it on set, you write it in the edit.
editing
This
room.
was a
Yep,
show,
I know.
but I think of it as a 10-hour movie.
Okay.
And originally, the narrative thrust was someone has to get to the moon to rescue Watto.
Yeah.
And they kept cutting back to me, being like, hello, anyone
Yeah.
there?
It was kind of a Saving Private Watto kind of energy.
It was the Toydarian instead of the
Correct.
Martian. Yeah.
And Carell's like, is it worth it? And Tawny's like,
Let
he
me work it.
represents
Yeah.
something. His mother has experienced too much heartbreak.
Yeah, and I'm like, we gotta go back for our fallen brother.
Yes.
Yeah, and then John Malkovich was like, get in my space mobile.
Yes.
Let's talk about Malkovich. What was
all day?
great?
I will.
What was? We'll start with this, and then I want to hear what your equivalent Malkoviches are. Okay.
My
Like, who
personal
is-
Malkovich.
Who is like?
who's your Malko?
Was Malkovich exactly the way we think he is going to be, or what is the Malkovich?
You know,
of
the
it all?
standard talk show question of who is your Malkovich?
Yeah. This is my.
That's a whole other podcast.
This is my who are your
Who's
guys?
your Malkovich?
Yeah. But think about it, because you know what I'm saying.
I can tell you, John Malkovich is exactly as strange as you think he is. He is even strange. He's also the kindest. He's like my uncle. He's the sweetest, coolest man. He's the best. But a quick story. So we would be sitting around. We had a lot of downtime. We shot for long hours, season 1, and we'd just be sitting around, me, Jimmy O. Yang, Ben Schwartz, and we'd kind of be shooting the shit. We'd just tell stories. We'd have no service because we're filming in a rock quarry in outer Santa Clarita. So we're just sitting in dust for hours on end, and we'd be like, so when's the last time you got super drunk? And Jimmy would be like, oh, I was at this premiere for this thing. And I'd be like, oh, I was in this place. And then quietly from the corner, from sketching in a book, you wouldn't even know he was listening. It was like we were kids' table over here sharing dumb stories, and suddenly Malkovich would just go, at the time, Jim Thompson was the CIA station chief in Bangkok. Literal true story. He also once got pulled over because in Canada, they thought he was a member of the Hells Angels. It's a true story, because he was driving very slowly behind a bunch of motorcycles because he didn't want to pass them. And apparently the Hells Angels do a thing where a lot of times they have a follow car carry their guns and drugs and shit.
Oh my God.
So he's driving to work. He's an hour late for call. And when he gets there,
I had that job. I was a driver for a couple
were a
years
follow
after
car?
college, yeah.
but the cops pulled him over and were like, why are you driving behind these motorcycles? And he's like, I'm going to my film production. And they're like, let me see your ID. And then another guy comes up and they're like, dude, this is John Malkovich. He's not in the Hells Angels.
But that would be a perfect cover, though.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
Would.
if they came to him and said, listen, we want you to be our follow car, and no one will ever believe it.
Yeah, maybe he should
Right.
be.
So
Anyway.
it's just a car with guns in the trunk,
Pretty good Malkovich.
and
There are
I'll
no
drive
guns in
drive
this car.
slow behind you then.
Pretty good.
Do either of you have Malkovich-esque people that you've worked with, or no? That's okay if the answer is no.
Just in terms of like, I can't believe I'm interacting with this person.
Yeah, and this is wild, and what are they talking about?
I had okay, this is the first story that came to mind, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Great.
So I was in Oppenheimer and I played the bongos in it. Great, cool.
Never
don't
heard of it.
Applaud the movie, don't applaud me. I'm barely in it. Here we go.
I think they might have been applauding the man and his accomplishments.
The most important man who ever lived.
Oh yeah.
We'll never know.
Well, we will never know. I'm disagreeing with you, George. So I have to play the bongos in it, and there was a scene where I'm just fucking smacking the shit out of those things.
Everyone
and,
remembers the bongo scene from
That's
Oppenheimer.
okay. Don't worry about it. It's very much in the back. It's very much the Watto of Oppenheimer. I'm
The
so
best
sorry.
part? The best
The
part?
best part.
Coolest accent?
Coolest
Yeah.
accent of all time.
Most progressive?
Yes. Definitely.
Yes.
I'm playing the bongos in this thing, and then a few days later, we're all doing a scene. Again, I'm basically just a glorified extra in this thing. There's a lull. Christopher Nolan just stops everything, looks at me in front of everyone, just goes, "Hey, I saw the dailies for the bongos. You really impressed me." And I never thought I would get a bongo compliment from anyone, but especially Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And yes, I know I made him sound like Butcher. But that's the best I can do.
That's your best Nolan. What's
That's
your
my
best
best Nolan.
You know, directors, so we sort of talk with each other.
Yeah.
And
Did he tell you about my bongos?
No, I didn't hear this direct. So this is second or third hand. Take this for what you will.
Okay, thank you.
There was a point after you shot your scene where they started rethinking the movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Unfortunately, they were like, we've shot too much. But there was a period where it was going to be called Bongoheimer.
Yeah.
They were like-
I
they
heard
were-
whispers.
He was like, can I at this point, can we essentially start from scratch? And they said, it's not fair to everyone who's put in
Yeah.
so much work.
I know.
Killian has
So
really
far.
been giving it his all every
Yeah.
day.
I
He'd
know.
be crushed.
Yeah.
But I want you to know they did consider it. Like,
Listen.
there was a period where he was ready to burn it all down.
All I know is there was a period where there was only one bongo scene. Then there was a second one.
Wow.
So
Were they just trying
I
to
feel
like
fine.
fill time? 'Cause
Yeah.
It was too short.
they were just
or-
trying to. They're just trying to put in as many loud
Yeah.
noises as possible.
Got it.
Did you try to go for best supporting actor?
I did really try to drum up a campaign. That wasn't a fucking pun.
Oh, no. No.
I didn't mean to. No.
Fist.
No.
Eat it.
Power guest. Power guest. Power guest. Power guest.
Power guest. Power guest.
Wow, it's like we're in the room with
Sorry,
him.
a lot of apple juice just fell everywhere.
I
mean,
feel
the-
like
That's so many
problem.
apples.
I feel
It's the last one. Now we're down to tangerines.
I feel like
problem,
this
of course,
episode
yes.
is gonna get all of us in trouble.
Yeah.
Does it feel that way to you guys? Does it feel
Not us.
dangerous?
That's
Not
the
us.
show.
Yeah.
Well,
I thought you said it was safe.
Yeah.
before we find out who your Malkovich is, there's something that hasn't quite been sitting well with me, and I wasn't sure whether I should say anything. But Tawny, you had mentioned the racist characters in Star Wars,
Yeah.
and I think we just need to talk about it. So there's a character in the fourth movie that we made, who, when the droids go into the cantina, he says, "Hey, we don't serve your kind in here." So he's racist against
So
robots.
that's what you're calling
He's
it. Okay.
racist against robots.
Yeah.
And a little while ago, I witnessed something that I never thought I would see, which is both guests and audience talking about how robots who are just trying to deliver some food
George.
But banh mi is no less, right?
That's what I'm ordering, and I didn't ask for a robot to bring it to me.
Oh my God.
You know, George. Said the quiet part out loud.
George. We are in New York right now. We have ample sidewalks. LA has these narrow sidewalks. The robots can literally, if they see
These are the
a
arguments
tree,
that people have been making for dozens of years.
You sound like a real warrior right now. That's the name of the bartender.
Yes, it is.
at
No,
the
I know.
Mos Eisley.
I've got the action figure.
Of course.
Don't worry.
Of course.
Anyway, someone needed to speak up. Those robots are well-meaning. They're not perfect. They're not perfect.
But who is?
What a great question. And I think if we lead with empathy, I think we can't go wrong.
So
we just have to listen and do the work.
I'm being lectured about being mad at delivery robots.
This is my wife.
By the guy. Don't hide behind her. Don't you hide behind Melody, my favorite person I just learned about.
I'm her husband.
Don't you hide behind my new hero I just found out about.
I love her with all my heart.
I'm being
She's my
lectured
everything.
about racism towards robots by the guy who made all of Star Wars.
Not all. Can't say that anymore. I just made some of it.
Right. In the prime time racism era.
We are premiering a thing at
You
Comic-Con.
would say the 70s through the 90s are primetime racism era?
For Star Wars, they sure were, man.
All right.
Man.
We are premiering something at Comic-Con tomorrow that we've brought here tonight, which is Billy Dee Williams from Star Wars had a signature scent in 1991 called Undeniable. This is an aftershave conditioner.
Now are you just bragging about all the black people you know? What is this? What is this?
But here's what Tawny, I'll say this. I smelt that conditioner, and it smelled fine. It's 30 years old. It smells fine.
But for those of you who remember a Comic-Con several years ago,
2019.
where we sprayed this in
2019.
a much larger room with much higher ceilings.
And it was a simpler time when people were not as worried about airborne pathogens.
Yes. This was mere months before lockdown.
Yes.
this crudité made several laps.
Yes.
There was a point in the show where I was like, why is the audience making so much noise? And then I remembered there were multiple plates and bowls of food moving around.
We didn't get the other two bowls back. They're going to charge us. Bring those back up. Go ahead, George.
Can
Anyway.
I smell it?
Do you want to?
Yeah, while you're talking.
Which one? Wait, which one?
I don't
Because
know.
they're very different.
Dude,
Got 4 form factor.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, please don't tell
Try
a
it.
woman what to do with her body.
Yeah,
I want to
is it gonna
smell it. Don't clap for that. Don't clap for that.
Now, this is 1991 vintage.
It smells fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It vaguely smells like the inside of a not new car.
Okay.
some came out.
Pass
Hey,
it along. Yeah, pass
I'm a
it along.
car guy.
Yeah.
That speaks to me.
Oh. Yeah, that's just
Vintage
kind of
cars?
Oh my
Not
God, that
vintage.
smells like Billy Dee Williams. That smells like, yes.
Is this the
you want this
same?
talc?
I remember.
There's a talc?
I don't.
Now, George, what's to do with this one? What
This is the real. This is
that's
the powerhouse.
This is the problem.
Those are tangential.
Yeah. It smells fine.
But this, I'm not going to spray it out in the crowd.
No.
No.
You don't know what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Well, it's on your finger.
I'm gonna.
Where did the
It's very,
cap go?
it's very cummy.
Undeniably coming.
Oh, it's an Avon joint. I
Yeah.
love it. It's Avon.
Do you want me to spritz some of this backstage?
Can I just? Can I?
Moisturize, Jack. Moisturize.
Just
It is
undeniable.
coming.
Where's
No,
the-
I
where's
mean,
the
I
cap?
actually mean it smells like cum.
Where'd the cap go?
Guys, Billy Dee Williams aside, we shouldn't be touching cosmetic products from 1991.
Well, this is
Right.
what we're talking about. George, do you want to spray a little on your wrist, maybe?
No, not at all.
There's
I hate
one
to-
single hair on that bottle.
I hate to sound like someone who's complaining about the current phase of Marvel movies, but where's Cap? Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to spray a little bit on their wrist so we can smell
no.
it?
Patrick, shut the fuck up.
There's got to be somebody ready to
I do
die.
see several hands raised.
Yeah.
You are raising your hand and shaking your head no at the same time.
Green. I want green head. Green head, come here.
Green head.
Come up around the side. Come on.
Power guest. Power guest.
Yes.
Power guest. Power guest. Power guest.
Now this is Gorb, who came from Australia.
Whoa. Don't show yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
I have so many questions. I'm sorry, I can't
No,
let
don't
this happen.
ask.
I
No,
need
don't.
to know.
I accept him.
Does this happen at every show?
Kind of.
Find this.
I don't know.
Okay, Gorb, come around this way, Gorb. Watch out for the table.
Oh,
Okay, Watto, do you want us?
Okay. Smell
Yeah, I mean,
perfect for
it's
the
not-
podcast
It's not
medium.
as bad as the other one, George.
It's good.
Okay. Does anyone else want?
I'll take a whiff.
Smelled it?
Yeah.
Hey, Gorb. How you going?
I'll take a smell.
Good. Oh, it's pretty good. Less coming.
Nice to meet you.
It's not.
I just like to say at least 5 words to a man before I smell him. How was your flight here?
Long.
Okay, cool. Do you get a good snack on there or something?
Yeah. I like.
Gorb, face the audience.
What'd you eat on the plane?
I like to devour.
Nice.
Who doesn't? All right, let me smell your
Devour.
arm, stranger.
Gorb's getting very into his own lore right now. Yeah. It's not bad.
I didn't find it that bad.
No, it's not
It's
that.
a lot.
It's a lot.
I got some on my hand.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye, Gorb.
Thank you, Gorb.
Gorb.
I.
Gorb.
If you had told me,
Undeniable.
Undeniable.
Is that what it's called? Undeniable?
Yeah, undeniable.
I
If
realize
you
I've been holding the talc between my balls for about 11 minutes.
All right.
So,
well, we're gonna when we debut this at Comic-Con tomorrow, that'll be a selling point.
They're
yeah, you
gonna
could say that was been
tell us
warmed
to
up by-
stop coming to Comic-Con.
I'm so
You
overstimulated.
keep smelling up Comic-Con.
If
John,
you-
who's
John,
your
who's your
Malkovich?
Malkovich?
Yeah, John, who's your Malkovich?
Who's my, what's that?
Who's your Malkovich?
Oh, who's my Malkovich?
Yeah.
Oh, going back.
We're going back to it.
Yeah. I played a T-shirt vendor in the Olsen twins movie.
Whoa. Wait, which movie?
Are we talking New York Minute?
So I don't have like the best.
It's got to be New York
New
Minute,
York
right?
Minute.
New York Minute. That's
Great. Okay.
really good.
2007?
2007,
No, that's too late.
2004.
And
2004, you're right.
Watto, how did it do at the
but-
box office?
Not great. Here's the thing.
How do you
That's
know
a
that?
cult
Juana?
following.
How do you
Cult
know
following.
that?
Because what are you talking about? Because I read the trades. The thing is,
Hey, back up, man. Back up.
at that point in time, the Olsens were raking in such serious cash from both endorsements and direct-to-video movies.
Don't I know it? Don't
This
I
was
know-
their first theatrical vehicle since It Takes Two in the mid-90s. And people went,
Okay,
maybe
didn't-
this
didn't know
thing's
that.
about to fucking explode like a rocket.
Yeah.
They gave it a prime May summer kickoff release date. I believe it opened against Van Helsing. And people went,
Wow.
Pretty good movie.
Van Helsing maybe
Pretty
should
good.
be scared. Van Helsing
wow.
usually scared of the monsters. Maybe the Olsen twins are the real fear in his heart. And then I think it opened to about 10 or 12. Ended
Okay.
up at
Do you want
about
me to look?
30
I'll look.
domestic, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, I can tell you the story. That
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is very.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to look up the box office, but go ahead.
Wait, you're gonna look what?
I'm going to look up the box office, but go ahead.
Wait, between Van Helsing and.
Yeah, just see how much New York Minute made.
New York. Okay.
This
No,
is part of it.
John, let's go ahead and tell your story while Patrick finds
It's
out
a
whatever.
very short story.
Yeah.
Okay, you want Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Watto?
Yeah, we call it opening weekend in the biz.
Okay, I know.
You
It
have to list it
made.
as 3 different days.
No, he just wants Friday.
Yeah, give me the OW, my man. I think I just want Friday.
It made
Friday, having fun on Friday. Fun. Everybody's working for the weekend. That's you, Patrick.
It made like 6 opening weekend, 14
Jesus.
domestic, 7 international for a grand total of 21.28.
That's fully half of what I remembered. Because
Yeah.
I said 12 OW.
Yeah.
I said 30 domestic
you
total.
fucked
50%.
up, dude.
But wait, what weekend was it?
Oh my God.
You don't want the audience to know if I'm
It was
correct.
May 7th, 2004.
Oh, and am I correct in thinking that Van Helsing opened to a semi-disappointing 47 million?
Yes. Well, Van Helsing,
Wait, so New York Minute was what total for the weekend?
it was like
6
6
for the weekend.
Oh, they owe me. They owe me big
They were
time.
robbed.
Van Helsing made about 50.
That's the big, yeah.
New York Minute opened at number 4. Van Helsing number 1.
Because of the T-shirt vendor.
Hang on. Do you know what came in second and third? And then we can talk about the T-shirt vendor.
Okay, so
2004?
these would, I'm guessing they're both April 04 holdovers?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the movies has been there for a week. One of them has been there for about 2.5 weeks.
Mean Girls has dropped lower at this point.
Mean Girls is 2.
Okay.
What's one? You know what?
Van Helsing is
Van
1.
Helsing
Van
number
Helsing
one.
is 1.
Yeah.
This was the
Do you know
embarrassing.
3? Do you know
Yeah,
3?
3's the
I'm
question.
trying to think.
That would be really hard.
Can you give me
3
a
made
distributor?
3. Oh, I don't know how to do that on Box Office Mojo.
Yeah, that's a really hard.
That's a hard, John. That's a hard one.
That's a
man.
hard one.
3.
I don't know.
And this has been out.
I'll
for,
say this. It's got a very established Oscar-winning actor and a child.
It's got the very.
Sixth Sense.
No.
It's got the
Too late.
very established
That's a good guess.
Oscar-winning
That's a good guess.
actor
Oh.
And a
and
child.
a child. It's not a Britney. It's,
No.
It's the.
No, but it is someone who starred in a movie with someone named Brittany. Is the child.
It's someone who
Starred in a movie with someone named Brittany who is the child.
Is this what the show is?
Yeah, sometimes.
Wait, is Dakota Fanning the child?
Yes.
No
Okay, that's
judgment.
what I was trying
And a very
Part of
established
it.
actor is
Okay.
the adult.
I have to know who John's Malkovich is.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
This movie made 130 million worldwide.
Worldwide, but
Yes.
domestic it made.
78.
So was it the Olsen twins or like?
It was the Olsen twins.
Okay.
They were both
It's
in
a
the
Dakota
movie.
Fanning vehicle with an Oscar winner.
I would say it's an Oscar winner vehicle. Well, no, it's a two-hander. It's a two-hander.
Because if
With
this
the
is the
kid.
show,
With the kid.
it feels like I'm sitting in my friend's kitchen and they were like, "Do you want to try acid?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
It's also getting very difficult to breathe because I'm smelling the thing I put on my hand.
That's the undeniable kicking
And I am
in.
like getting nauseous.
Like we only microdosed
It started
but
off fine, but now I am like.
Do you want me to
literally
read
gonna
the
vomit.
description?
No, I don't. It's
Oh fuck!
It's not.
So you
hide
played a
and seek
t-shirt
with Robert
vendor.
De Niro,
No.
right?
No.
Okay, it's
The
not.
composer is Harry Gregson Williams.
If you
What?
told me when I woke up this morning I was
Oh.
going to be smelling Billy Dee Williams' expired
Oh.
cologne and learn
Oh.
that George Lucas had a black wife, I would push you down the stairs.
Excuse me.
No,
Excuse
it
me.
doesn't get any better than that.
Excuse me. This is the second weekend of Tony Scott's Man on Fire.
Oh my God, he's right.
Oh! No way!
It is. It is. Now,
That's insane.
now, John,
That's insane.
John, tell us about the
Tell us
hot
about the
dog
Olsen
vendor.
That's like wow.
T-shirt
that's-
vendor, hot dog vendor.
You are a sociopath.
Yeah.
He's
that's if,
computer
like, David-
generated. It's all fake.
ones
It's all
and
ones and
zeros.
zeros.
That's
Tell-
great. That's
tell-
like if David Blaine did a trick in front of me right now.
Tell-
Or
tell-
like, yes.
Usually it's quicker than that. I didn't think it would take that
That
long.
was his struggle.
Good, my
That
story
was-
is over. I can't.
No, t-shirt vendor,
T-shirt
come on.
vendor.
T-shirt
Place
vendor.
us,
Okay,
place
so
us.
I was in one scene with the Olsen twins, and I think I don't remember what the line was, but I think I was like, "Here's a T-shirt." It was a "I love New York" T-shirt. That's my New York accent. Here's your T-shirt.
That's good.
Is that New York?
Did you
New
ever
York?
do this during the filming? Cover one nostril?
Here's your T-shirt. Anyway, I improvised a lot. Like I kept improvising a line, and the director didn't say anything, but the Olsen twins manager came up to me and said, "Don't improvise anymore.
Do you remember what the line
You're
was?
throwing off the Olsen
So
twins."
the Olsen twins they run a word perfect set.
They didn't want any of that. They didn't want to. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tight
so
ship.
it was their manager, I think.
So the manager was your Malkovich.
I mean, that's the only time I've been in a movie.
Well,
John.
I spent the last 30 years in a voiceover booth.
John,
I don't fucking...
But some of those voiceovers have made it to the big
We're in
screen.
movies.
Yeah.
Your dang TV show has a movie.
What's that?
Your
Bog
dang
Burgers?
TV show
it
has
does.
a movie.
It's true, but I mean, yeah.
Live action films, of course. In the movie Wet Hot American
Wet Hot
Summer.
American Summer.
Yes.
Right?
well, now this is what I've been trying to tee up since before Patrick destroyed the show with this Malkovich bit, which is that you were in a movie that then essentially became trilogyized, but part of the TV and movie, but it's essentially
That's a trilogy.
I mean, it's an unconventional trilogy, but it's even weirder because in the middle of the trilogy, you do a prequel.
Yeah.
There was movie,
Movie,
prequel
series,
legacy sequel series.
I watched
Yeah.
all of it.
Which,
I devoured it.
but the pattern is you started with 4, 5, 6, then you went back did 1, 2, 3, then you did 7, 8, 9. Yes. That's the math of Wet Hot American Summer.
So that begs the question: who is the Watto of the Wet Hot universe?
I would argue it's the vegetable can.
It's you. I think it is you.
And who's the Jar Jar?
Oh. Who's the Jar
It's
Jar?
the Jar Jar Gene.
I mean, there were no black people in
Yeah,
it, so
No, Gene might be. Gene
might be the
Christopher
Jar Jar.
Maloney might be the Jar Jar.
sure.
Yeah.
I like
Maybe.
that.
Here's the question.
Who's
that makes
the
sense.
most senatorial character in Wet Hot?
Here's the question I've always wanted to ask you, John.
Always.
Always wanted to ask John. Sit back.
No, you can keep your hand there. It's fine. Thank you.
I don't want to keep you back.
In that film, you iconically essay the role
Yeah.
of a talking vegetable can.
I did what?
You play the role
Yeah, of a talking vegetable can.
who has the ability
Yes,
to suck his own penis.
that's correct.
And I am curious
Okay.
if in real life you, H. John Benjamin, improvised most of your dialogue for the role. I had that one
I did not
preloaded.
know
I
that
came
you were
preloaded.
going in that direction.
It was preloaded.
That was very good. That was improvised.
Wow.
Was it really?
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because like so.
So
when you-
to follow up on what I assume you really want to know, no, I can't.
So when
But
you
I can't. I've tried. And that's the beauty of improvisation. It's
the
based
line
on
was
real life.
yes. The line was coming out of
I'm
a
pulling
want, a
from-
need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a story about that, but it will take too long. So
No.
Here's
You
what I'll
have to.
say.
Share that story.
No,
So,
and
so sorry to the audience. They've told us we have no out on this show. So
George has been.
Oh no, but
trapped.
but I want to leave. I can't right?
can you tell the story really quick?
George has been trying to talk for 20 minutes.
That's fine. It's not his show
Let
anymore.
George talk because I have to think of the.
Well,
the
I
story.
have a tree. I have respect. This is a wonderful lineup. This
But
is a-
that was improvised for sure.
that's huge because
Yeah.
it does actually become, dare I say it, a key story beat in the film. Like it is the thing that unlocks Gene and his emotional catharsis.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
People improvise a joke, a line,
Right.
but you improvise like an emotional anchor point.
Right. I mean, this is what happened in Empire, which is that Harrison thought he didn't want to just say "I love you too," even though that was the line. And I didn't. If we'd been making the film decades later, I could have said to Irvin, "Look, this is a New York Minute type situation where we have a tight script that if you change a syllable, it is going to not be the same film. That's not what we want to make." But they were being very loosey-goosey, and they were treating it basically like it was Herald Night or something. They were having fun, but he ended up improvising an emotional beat that is essential to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just honored that George Lucas
says, "I
said
know,"
a
instead
New
of, "I
York
love you."
Minute moment.
I didn't have the cinematic vocabulary because no one had made New York Minute yet.
That's true, but you were like 40 years.
Now directors are able to say, like when Nolan was when the bongos became
The
a
New
thing.
York
On,
Minute
It's very comparable,
Do a
yeah.
New York
Yeah.
Minute.
New York Minute moment.
That's the moment where
It changes everything.
Nolan had to say, "Am I making New York Minute or am I making Wet Hot?"
Right.
Oh,
And he was making New York Minute.
okay. I remember the story.
Okay, great. Here
That
we
was very good. Thank you. Sorry, I do
Yeah.
remember the story. So when we recorded the original voiceover for that, it was like in a shitty mic in a studio. So we had to redo it in an official studio, and this
Kind of place where they do like ADR for vinyl or something.
yeah, probably like a vinyl
I probably saw
type-
you there too, yeah.
vinyl type situation. Soundtrack, New York. Is that what
yeah,
you used
yeah,
to
of
do?
course.
Yep,
Absolutely,
Yep. Soundtrack. So I was to do my line. The can says I can suck my own dick, and I do it a lot. And then the director, Michael Showalter, I think it was Michael Showalter and David Wayne, got a phone call from the producer or the studio, and they had to like go outside. So it was just me and the sound engineer. And the sound engineer was like, we sat there for like a couple minutes, sort of just waiting, and then he clicks in like, hey man, I love your work, or I like what you're doing. Oh, thanks. But I'm not I'm not a writer or anything, but that line that the can says, you can suck I can suck my own dick, it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And then, so he was like, I don't know, like maybe when they come back, you should say like, I can stew my own tomatoes.
Wait.
And I was like,
Wait.
oh my God, that's really funny. That makes so much more sense. So David Wayne and Michael Showalter came back, and they were like, all right, sorry about that. Let's do it again. And I said, I can stew my own tomatoes. And they were like, God, stop. Wait, why are you saying that? And then I was like, the guy is like,
No.
flop sweating, like, oh my, like. And I'm like, looking at him, and he's like,
Like, don't out me.
and they're like, and I'm like, well, it's funnier, right? Because I'm a can of vegetables. Why would I be able to suck my own dick? And they were like, Benjamin, what are you talking about? It's funny. Let's say the same fucking line you said when you improvise. Yeah. And I'm like, stew my own tomatoes, though. That's right. Should we at least try it? And that kept going for, I would say, 5 good minutes. Where
So funny.
that poor sound engineer was like dying.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah,
don't
where
say-"
is he now?
He got fired.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
It wasn't Brian De Palma, was it?
No.
We gotta find that audio.
That sounds
get
like what.
fired.
That sounds like the way Brian De
he's a
Palma
comedy
talks to me
writer
about
now.
Star Wars.
That what?
That's the way Brian De Palma was with me about Star Wars before it came out.
Oh,
He wanted it all to make more sense.
It's true.
Oh.
Disagree.
This is true. He wrote The Crawl, right? Because he was like, this is garbage and it stinks, and you need to make it understandable to normal people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Sure. Okay, we'll do that.
Look, I mean, I'm not like a big Star Wars head. I'm so sorry, but like people don't watch it because it makes sense.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank
People watch
you.
it for vibes and weird shit, right?
Yup.
Yeah, but they watch.
Yeah.
But they watch Wet Hot because it makes sense.
They watch
Yeah.
Red Hot.
yeah.
And they watch Body Double because
Yeah.
it makes sense.
There's real canon inconsistencies in Wet Hot that we have to talk about.
Airtight. I've noticed that the amount of food on stage has dwindled a little bit. We've run through our apples.
There's a lot of half
There's a lot of
apples.
tangerines
Well,
as
there
well.
is,
Yeah,
there
Jack
is a
doesn't even-
special treat that was prepared by a friend of the show. I should actually say two treats.
Oh no.
Hold on. Sometimes CGI
Should we show
fingers-
all of our treats from our friends of the show? Because I also have one.
Well, yeah, sure. This is
Okay,
the
while
treat
Watto
for
is getting this ready, this is also a treat from the friend of the show. Abigail, who makes all my shirts, made a shirt for tonight, and it's truly delightful. It is Dex's Diner in the Bob's Burger. Look at that.
Oh,
Isn't
wow.
that fun?
That's
It's very
really
fun.
good.
Very, very fun.
Wow, that's
We
good.
have we have some stickers
Really good.
Oh,
that
shit.
Abigail made. I don't know if anyone up here wants one, they could take it. But
Do you want one?
I definitely do. Yeah.
yeah.
Do you need any for friends or family?
Way to put
I
him
will
on the
give one
spot.
to either a friend or a family member.
Yeah.
I'll take one, but if I take one, am I taking it away from
Can we
like you
give it-
throwing it
yeah,
into
I'm
the
just
crowd?
gonna throw these.
Oh, take the
Yeah, we should
No,
give
you
him
can
out.
have one.
No.
Oh, okay. We just set
That's
this
true.
up.
We
so
have-
they know now.
We have riches upon riches. Please give these people stickers. These are sharp.
go.
Everyone
They're
be
sharp
careful.
stickers.
George, stand closer to the edge so it goes
Please.
further out. I feel like, okay, I'll throw them.
I have never felt crazier
Yeah.
than at this show.
That was bad too. These are all bad. They don't fly well.
I've done so
They
much.
fly now. They fly
They
now.
fly now.
They fly now.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is just a bunch.
Have
oh,
you?
I'll say
Oh
this.
shit.
This stuff I was. This stuff I was cleaning out my apartment in Los Angeles, and I said, I guess I'll make my suitcase heavier. So I brought a bunch of stuff from my apartment.
John.
Whoever wants, George, what are you giving away? Is that a copy of The Late Shift? Yeah. A paperback copy of Bob Woodward's Wired biography about John Belushi. Oh, George, there's something else back there. I was in a Five Below today, and I found this. Jack, this is a Jack giveaway.
What? I'm sorry. What?
I was in Five Below today, and guess what they had?
What is Five Below
Trash.
again?
Five Below
It's
is
a trash store that
Trash
has
store?
trash.
Okay,
Five
great.
below. Everything's $5 or below, except a special area where things are more than $5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I
this,
also just want
this
to point
was
out.
more than $5.
Okay.
I don't know who we give this to.
Oh no.
This is a poster. It is
Oh.
it's a Scream 6
Oh.
poster. And we should give it to someone.
I would love to give it to somebody.
Yeah.
For this movie I was kind of in.
Yes, the movie
Let's
that you're
do
in
it.
a tiny, tiny bit of.
All right. Oh shit. Hold on, I'm signing this first.
Yeah, do we have a Sharpie?
Jack. I'm seeing everyone point to someone over there.
Patrick.
Yeah. So,
Jack.
Jack. Whoa.
Stuff.
Is that? I have other ones. Here. I have these two. Steph. There we go.
Wow.
Steph.
Exclamation point.
He's going over it because then.
Will you marry
Don't
me?
read it out loud.
Patrick, this is a private conversation.
Oh, this is nice. Oh, it's so nice, Steph.
Patrick, while Jack finishes signing this, I'm just going to turn the mic over just for a moment to Butterbear, who has something to say.
Steph, come here. Yeah. We're drying on Steph. Okay, everyone, shut up. Be quiet, everyone, for Butterbear.
It's on the table.
Jack,
be
I want to
quiet.
point out the hand that I put the undeniable on has like it's a bit itchy.
Hey man, Butterbear's trying to
Oh,
talk.
sorry,
Quiet. We're
Butterbear.
trying to listen to Butterbear. All right, everyone,
Let
I want you to
Butterbear.
be as quiet as you've ever been. I don't know what that is.
Butterbear, shame on you.
All right, George.
I think very strong choice to not contextualize Butterbear at all for our guests. Strong choice.
I looked at Tawny in the eyes and said, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Yeah.
It's an insane way to end.
I've done so much weird shit in my career, and I've never felt more insane than tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, George, let's start wrapping up, George. I did look over. There is something on the stage.
Why?
Do you want to handle that?
Patrick, I got
Whoa.
shit here. I've been
I know,
trying
but you'll
to set
do this
up.
while he's doing this.
Okay.
Oh no.
Now, these were on the stage. George, I'll let you contextualize this, George.
Right. Well, this is a VHS copy of Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a film I made with my buddy Steve. It's his film.
That belongs in the museum.
Yeah, this is great. It's a great vintage copy of this. And then these are to be destroyed. These are.
I know. I had this as a kid.
Oh wow, did you?
Oh no! What are you gonna do?
Well.
What are you gonna do? I should not have picked that up. That's why you were all booing, right? You knew what was gonna happen. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Patrick,
Jack, you have to understand. Have you ever had an experience where, for example, your audition, your self-tape for a role was then cut into the proper film? And you're so embarrassed because you go, that's not the final performance. Why did they put that on screens?
I've never had
No,
that
no.
happen.
No.
Of course, because that's not how the industry works. But the nightmare happened to George, which is his...
Sorry, are you comparing the original cut of Star Wars to a self-tape
They
you
were
sent in?
test
So
screenings.
is this like the original recording of Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones?
These
where
are
they sent in
yeah.
a demo, and that part, the guitar part, they wanted to be horns, but then they just used it as the guitar solo.
Can we get a hammer?
This
No!
nightmare.
Stop this, you maniac!
This embarrassing kerfuffle somehow resulted in rough drafts being released theatrically.
No.
Thank you
and
so much.
becoming
No.
the highest grossing
Thank you.
films of all
The
time.
Bell House is complicit.
No, tell me this is fake.
These
Tell me
movies
this is.
were not
Let me see the
finished.
label. Let me see the label. You monster!
These are rough drafts.
That's
They
it.
never
This is
should have been
fucking it.
seen.
Aren't those the good ones?
I got Empire. I got Empire. It's fine. No. No.
Jack, if you want to
No.
watch the movie, it's on Disney Plus.
What the no?
That's the way it's meant to be seen.
Please stop.
Jack, just eat an orange.
I haven't
It'll
seen
be
this
fine.
in 30 years.
Don't.
No.
Never see it again.
No.
What are you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Why are
Oh.
we here?
No.
Why are we here for this?
Jack, you handed me the cassette.
You are complicit.
You know when I said this was the best day of my life? I take that back.
Why were we brought here to witness a murder?
John, who's your Malkovich?
The Olsen twins.
Okay.
We've created a twin language on this stage.
Fuck. I thought A New Hope was maybe saved. So not.
That's a
damn
new
it.
nope right now.
The final McClunky versions of all of these are readily available on Disney Plus
George?
for an ever-increasing amount of money every month. Subscribe now, and over time, you'll pay a little bit more every month until eventually you'll be paying what these films are truly worth to you.
I'm keeping this box.
You know, I made those movies for the boys.
Sorry.
the show?
When you say that, what do you mean?
I mean, you're on a show called The Boys.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
But when you
so
say I
creepy.
made it for the boys, you made it for the boys? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry, Da Boys?
no, you know what I mean.
You have a black
What are you-
wife.
I
You
know,
can-
hold on.
yeah.
You know, like the bros, the guys, or do you mean my show? And also, what?
I've seen your show, The Boys.
Okay.
And I always think when I'm watching it, The Boys. That's who I made Star Wars for. Because I made a movie called Strange Magic for the girls. Jack, these are things I've said before in many easily Googleable
Why am I here?
interviews. I made Star Wars for the boys.
I clearly don't sit around Googling you, or else I would have known
Yeah.
more things about you.
I should have Googled you a lot more before this.
Well, this show is a very specific side of me. I can't destroy
Why do you keep rearranging those sodas?
Do you want one?
You want one?
No!
Are they also from 1991?
No, these are the sodas that they
Disneyland.
sell at Disneyland or Disney World.
I don't want a
Currently?
soda.
And they're
you
made to look
smash.
like thermal detonators. Like something a terrorist would use, but instead you just drink soda out of it.
They had to make new FAA regulations for these
No.
because people started bringing them on planes, and the planes thought they were grenades.
True.
That is
Okay.
true.
Then planes are stupid.
Yeah.
But
You can have those, Jack.
Thank you so much,
They're
George.
unplayable, but it's just a nice little token.
It's just
of-
nice to have.
Watto, what were you trying to talk about before I cut you off?
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead.
We briefly earlier touched upon Lower Tracks, a show the two of you are apparently loath to promote. But
it's hard to know anything right
Hey,
now.
I get it. I get it. The Comic-Con grind is rough. We didn't mention that, John, of course, you are on Short Treks. That
The
you are
Trouble
also
with
in the trekking-
Edward.
That's true.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Lark and Edward.
Yeah.
Okay, that's important context that wasn't set up an hour and a half ago.
Yeah,
for
we're
what I'm
we're
about
all
to do.
part of
We're
the
all
Star Trek.
Star Trek
family.
community.
These were handed to me backstage. Dear Watto, I hope this letter finds you well. Tonight is my first time getting to attend a live in-person GRTS. To commemorate this momentous occasion, I have prepared some cookies for you and your friends.
Okay.
Why the
It can
air
be
quotes?
hard finding one recipe of cookie that satisfies everyone in a large mixed group, and in this case, there are three very different factions currently represented on stage. The Star Wars folks, the Star Trek folks, and Patrick Kottner. In light of that, I've decided to make two different types of cookies.
There's
Patrick,
three different groups.
hey,
You get
excuse
none.
me.
I'm diabetic. It's fine.
Patrick can choose to snack on whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh, okay.
Also,
we-
Patrick, I'm diabetic.
We're both diabetic.
I was diabetic way before you were born.
These are Spocklet chip cookies.
Oh.
Thank you for making us
Alex,
feel at
take
home.
This. Thank
Wow.
you, Alex.
Wow.
And then these are peanut butter Watoreos.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh, it's-
I
And there
love
is the end of
these look
this note.
delicious.
Yeah.
It says, John Benjamin, your work as the man looking for the dog food commercial in the 92nd Street Y Tribeca New York Times Weekender sketch
What the
is
fuck?
one of my favorite performances ever.
Do you remember that?
Wait, I don't know what you just said.
Say that again,
I'll
Watto.
repeat it again.
A New York Minute?
John Benjamin, a.k.a. Edward Larkin. I am Lark interested in just telling you how much I love your work as the man looking for the dog food commercial in the 92nd Street Y Tribeca New York Times Weekender sketch.
Do you remember this?
No.
One of my favorite performances ever.
Wow.
And you don't even remember it.
Wow.
One of the
These were made
greats.
by Alex Perlin.
Wow. Wow.
There's sea salt in these, and it's amazing.
Thank you. These are really
These are
good.
really
Thank
good.
you.
These are good.
Well, hopefully one of these days someone will make a Saturday night style movie about the famous sketch troupe, the 92nd Street Y Weekender. And you'll be consulted on it, and you won't have any memories of it, but the other
Right.
people will help build the story of how that sketch came to be.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me more about it later.
You really don't remember it?
I don't.
Okay.
How does it make you feel to not remember some of your work that others cherish as among your best work?
Well, that sounds like a joke, right?
It's
I
very
think it's-
sincere. I assure you it's sincere.
Do you know that this is real? That
Yes.
there's a-
I'm looking it up right now.
Can you guess from that description what that was? Without having memory, can you think what would I have done given those prompts?
dog commercial for the 92nd Street Y?
Yes, he's
For
obsessed
the
with
New
it.
York Times?
This isn't even Googleable.
That's what I mean. I don't know if it's real.
Who's
Was this
here?
a dream?
Who said this? Who said this?
The man looking for the dog food commercial in the 92nd Street Y Tribeca.
He's looking for a dog food commercial.
Looking for the
So
dog food
it's a
commercial.
commercial about a man looking for a commercial?
Yes. No, it's a sketch. About a man looking for a dog food commercial.
And it aired at the 92nd Street Y?
It was Patrick, of course, it was a 92nd Street Y Tribeca New York
Everybody-
Times Weekender sketch.
Watto, I'm worried that someone has plied us with cookies and given us a message that's activating some sort of terrorist action. Like, every time we say it, it's activating another cell. The 92nd Street Y Weekender sketch?
Yeah, the
about a man looking for dog food
commercial.
Yes, the 92nd Street Y Weekender sketch about the man looking for the dog food commercial.
Boop, 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 boop.
And then we're going to turn on the news after this and not know what happened to the
Yeah.
world.
And I ate the whole cookie. I hope that was not wrong.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Watto, do you have other things that we need to do on this show tonight?
Where do I start?
Well, now that we're past the first part of the show.
I think that was definitively the end of Act 1. I think we
Yes.
can all agree on that.
No need to belabor the point. We have done everything we need to do in the first quadrant of this four-part show.
Is there an intermission?
Yeah.
We have
we'll be right back.
dispatched with all this setup. We have laid off the runway. Now this show can really take
You guys
off.
get it. He's George Lucas. He's Watto. You understand
You
now.
get
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah.
Tawny just looked me in the eyes and said, help.
Watto, what do you have to plug?
What do I have to plug? Yeah. Well, of course, I encourage all Georgie Porgies to go out to any used physical media store and track down the hardest copy of HBO's vinyl.
Here's what I'll say. Let's make the vinyl price on eBay go up because everyone's like,
Skyrocket
do it.
guess
that
it's
shit.
going for $75 now?
It's out of print.
Yeah.
It's unstreamable. Let's
Yeah.
fucking knock that sucker up.
Drive up demand. I learned about that in Priceless Facts About Money by Melanie Hobson. Drive it up.
Now, you two spent some time today trying and failing to pose in front of the Paramount Plus screen in Times
Yes,
Square.
this is true.
Because they
is
went
bad.
there specifically so that, you've seen that sign, it's just it's a rotating bunch of digital ads
It's
on
a
a big
very
screen.
cool
Yeah.
digital billboard for our 5th season. And we
Yeah.
were supposed to pose in front of it and take a picture, but it wouldn't come up while we were there.
We saw it when we were like pulling in, and then once we actually were out there to pose in front of it, it was just
Disappeared.
all smile too.
Yeah.
Do we want to see?
So that's what we got a photo of.
Do we want to see if we can make it happen
We
on
can
the
fix
screen?
this.
Oh,
here?
100%.
Oh,
Here, let's
thank
get out
you,
of the
George.
way. Let's get out of. Move all your
Oh
chairs.
shit!
Let's all move our chairs. Can we bring up a photo of Lower Deck season 5
Or
poster?
if there's a poster or a GIF.
Also, there's I don't know what this is, but it was a piece of the crudité. Does anyone want it? I'm gonna throw it. Someone better catch it.
That's good.
Okay, great.
All right. Let's get some Times Square style noises.
Also,
going.
everyone take this photo, post this photo, tag George Lucas Talk Show on stuff, tag Lower Decks, tag Tawny Jack.
And we want to create a little bit of the ambiance of Times Square from the audience, so this feels real.
No, wait. You're taking a picture in front of Lower Decks, right? And then if it's possible, I will do a solo in front of Smile too.
You're
No, but you're also part of the Trek family. I feel like you belong in this
But
photo.
I'm not in Lower. I'll
and
do
you're
it.
the T-shirt vendor, so you
Yeah,
got a
from
lot
New York
of
Minute.
points of entry.
Doesn't matter.
But
It
then I
doesn't
need
matter.
a I Love New York T-shirt.
Are we
in
just
order
doing?
to-
Is this just what we're doing? That's fine.
Yeah, let's do the big poster.
We want this though. Can you click like open in new tab? Just this photo. If you right click, it'll say open photo in new
If
tab.
you can't, just this is, I guess, fine. This is the same as now you're blocking
Okay, hang
it,
on.
George.
Something's
Now,
happening.
John,
Yep.
when you were on the set of New York Minute,
Yeah.
you were denied the opportunity to practice one of your greatest gifts. The gift of comedic improvisation.
Correct.
Now, here, tonight,
Oh no.
is your big chance in front of a packed house.
Yeah, there we go. George, move. George, watch out.
To deliver the performance
From
that
New
you
York.
wanted to deliver back then as T-shirt vendor.
Oh,
to
fuck.
say, no limits. We can go as long as you want. This can be like a soliloquy.
Okay.
All right?
Or it could be short.
It could be short.
It could be so short.
Patrick,
Okay.
back the fuck off.
Patrick. Patrick, respectfully, fuck all the way off.
Now, he's right. You
All
don't
right.
have to go long in this if you don't want
Okay.
to. But just remember, this is what you wanted
I
back
know.
then.
I know.
I want you to think about what John back then was crying out for.
2004.
Yeah.
We're about to re-elect Bush. You know? Just remember it.
Yeah. Hurricane Katrina is mere years away.
Right. Okay, you ready?
Revenge of the Sith next year.
You're confident that New York Minute we're open to 20 at least.
Okay, here we go. Get your cameras ready, everyone.
Are you going to do the photo or the improv?
I don't know
Improv
what's happening.
first.
What do you want?
I
You
think
first.
we're having a stroke
To
collectively.
take a photo of the improv.
All right, ready? Wait, are you guys fucking twins?
Here we go. Lower decks. Lower decks. Lower decks. Amazing. We got it, guys. We got it.
I can't stress how early in the morning we're getting up to do another attempt at this. But this is the real one. Thank you so much.
This is the real one.
George.
Yes.
PR is going to absolutely kill us for making fun of the thing we have to get up early
Nah.
tomorrow to redo.
George, can I say, can I plug some future shows that we're doing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, November 9th at the Smod Castle in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. We're doing a show with Kevin Smith. There's a ferry that goes to Atlantic Highlands from downtown. You can take that ferry. Come see us. It'll be fun. December 14th, we're doing an early and a late show at UCB. Holiday special. And December 5th, I think, we're going to be in Austin, Texas. Come see us there if you're in Austin, Texas. Also, we have a merch table out there with a bunch of cool posters, different posters, new posters you probably haven't seen before. We're going to be out there signing after the show. Come wait in line. It's also very heavy, and I don't want to carry it back to LA. So, it would be nice to see all of you there.
I want to say this. The importance of merchandising to this show is similar to the importance of merchandising to the Star Wars franchise. Even if you don't want a poster, maybe buy it like a joke. Like, this is so stupid. I don't even want this poster.
Sure.
Give it to someone who you don't even like and be like, here, this is for you. I'm just saying that we can move a lot more posters if people's motivations were more than just that they wanted a poster.
Is it?
Now, but we are calling it something special.
There is
the table.
Oh, yeah, it's a merch table, but it's Walter Merch, who designed the sound for many of my films.
Okay.
Can I? Oh,
Now, the last thing, Watto did bring up this commercial.
It's insane. I have
We
no
found the
memory of
commercial.
this.
It's a sketch.
I just saw myself. It is real.
There's the weekend, and the weekender.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I just love it. There's also the bi-monthly ender, the mid-bi-monthly
Paul Rudd.
ender,
Paul Rudd.
the mid-bi-monthly weekender, weekender. When you get the paper on Friday, you read it, then you probably go to work, and maybe you come home from work, have some dinner, go to sleep, wake up, bam! You're right into Saturday.
Saturday, the word alone makes me happy. It's like I'm rolling on ecstasy.
I'm looking for the dog voiceover audition. Is Dan Fleckner here?
You call a 1-800 number, and you get...
I mean, there you go.
wow.
It makes you're looking for the dog food commercial.
Looking for the dog.
It really makes sense.
Well, wait. The fact that who said that? Like
The
who said it?
cookie person.
Who's cookie person?
Who made the
here.
cookies?
No, that's sorry.
Who made the cookies?
Cookie person, all the way in the
Waving
back.
all the way in the back.
Way back there.
Thank you.
That's very impressive. I don't even remember doing that. What?
The commercial's
We're
not
not going to
over.
watch the whole thing.
Okay.
What do you mean?
We
Well,
don't
you don't have to listen to
We
him.
believe you.
I love to pull
This
everything
exists.
out of the
There's
Sunday
only one more minute.
Wait, the director of the commercial is here?
book review. The other longer book review. Should I just do it to camera? Every dog loves food.
I love the weather and opera section.
Hang on, it's not done yet.
Literally hundreds of thousands of sections, all in one newspaper.
It's
The gardening
long.
and war section.
The politics and socks page.
The pictures of goats section.
The
Almost
section
there.
that lists all the sections.
I got these amazing boots out of the style section.
I found this crazy hat inside a garbage can.
I'm a pirate. Shiver me timbers.
I got a really bad cold from one of my coworkers. I'll start from the top. Bite into these chewy, livery, gravy-covered bits.
I like to put my wife on top of the sports page. I don't even know how to read.
Comedy, theater, film, music, food, and fun. All week long at 92Y Tribeca, 200 Hudson Street, New York City. Check out 92ytribeca.org for events and information.
Who doesn't like to start the weekend a day early?
I don't have a job, so it doesn't really matter to me when the weekend starts.
Dan Fleckner?
The best part about this,
That's your favorite performance of mine or of all time out of everybody who's ever performed?
the best part about this is now we get to put Paul Rudd on the IMDb for this show.
Played a big part.
It's also like a murderer's row of people in that sketch.
I think I saw E. Patterson.
I think I saw Todd Barry.
A lot of
like
people.
Mike Birbiglia.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Michael Ian Black.
Yeah, Michael Ian Black. Yeah.
Also, Patrick, now do you
You
understand?
remember who was on the sketch?
I just saw it.
Should we watch it again?
I just saw it.
And nothing came back to you?
No.
Do you feel like you were kidnapped and forced to perform this under some kind of a Twilight stage?
I don't remember doing it.
Okay.
And I mean,
You did it.
I don't regret it. It was one of the best performances I have ever seen. And I'm just talking about me.
Yeah.
But
Jack,
I would
there's
say that it's probably one of Paul Rudd's best performances also.
Jack, there's only one way to end this show.
What?
You gotta eat a dang tangerine so we can get out of here.
Yeah, we've been waiting for it.
With the skin on.
Mango style.
No.
Yeah, you gotta
Mango
bite
style.
through the skin.
Yeah. Skin on.
Bite through the skin like a horse.
Skin on.
Skin on. Skin on.
Skin on. Skin on. Skin on. Skin on. Skin on.
Power guest. Power guest. Power guest. Power guest.
Like
Power
a horse. Like
Ah! Oh!
I immediately regret this.
Oh boy.
Thank you for doing that. Oh, thank you for doing that, Jack.
You're welcome, George.
That was my fault. Sorry, Jack.
No, I just realized how quickly I succumbed to peer pressure. That's fine.
Hey, man, I had to do a 92nd Street Y commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also because a room full of people chanted something, right?
There's
Yeah.
succumbing to peer pressure, and then there's committing to your craft.
Sure.
And they can be the same thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
No, we're all gonna look, buddy. We're all gonna
Don't
look.
fucking look
Hey,
at
buddy,
me.
we're all gonna watch this.
George,
Hey,
we
shh,
gotta
everybody, take a good long look, Jack. Get whatever's still in your throat out of there.
We gotta get out of here,
Yeah.
George.
Yeah, let him
Let's
get
make
some
this
water.
show as wet and squishy as the
Yeah.
average episode of The Boys.
I believe we already have.
Yeah. And Patrick, I would disagree. That while that's a fine way to end the show, it's not the only way to end the show.
Oh, okay.
What?
go ahead.
Why the fuck did I do that?
It was a fine way. It was fine.
It was a fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Just fine?
It was a fine way.
You know what would be
Fine way.
great? It would be great if you did it twice.
No.
Skin on, skin on, skin on, skin on, skin.
Get me to eat a tangerine with the skin on once. Shame on
you.
you. Get me to eat a tangerine with skin on it twice. I'm gonna have diarrhea for weeks.
Jack,
Setting a boundary.
I respect that, Jack. You know.
Thanks.
I love you, Jack.
I love you, George.
You're supposed to say I know.
I wasn't improvising. That
I
was
know,
a line from your wife's book.
That's right.
That I read
I
verbatim.
love my wife even more.
Oh.
Great.
And that's the way we're going to end this show. We're going to end this show by promoting my wife's book. And by everyone here taking the George Lucas Talk Show pledge. I repeat after me. I will buy at least one copy.
At least one copy.
Of Priceless Facts About Money.
Of Priceless Facts About Money.
By Melody Hobson.
By Melody Hobson.
Illustrated by Caitlin Stevens.
Illustrated by Caitlin Stevens. George
This
Lucas's
week-
black wife. No?
Well, no, Caitlin Stevens isn't my black wife.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, Tawny, for the record, Caitlin Stevens is an art teacher and award-winning illustrator whose work has been featured in American Illustration, among other publications. She graduated with a BA in illustration from California College of the Arts. This is her children's book debut. Caitlin Stevens
Let
lives in
me
San
sleep,
Francisco.
Watto. She's definitely white.
And may the force be with you always.
I see you.
Shout out to all the cosplayers.
I see you. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bell House. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all of our guests. Good night.
All right, right to the right, and we'll probably do two more.
Hi, my question is for Jack. Do you think Boimler's favorite fruit might be tangerines?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is a reference to a show in Brooklyn I did last night where I ate a tangerine with the skin still on it.
Yeah.
And this is not to answer your question, but my digestion is bad right now, yes.
All right.
I'll just offer you an...
How many more Jack questions about stuff he ate do we have in line here?
Jack, do you like that the fans are just like geolocating your whereabouts?
Yeah. I love it.
Hello, Jack. It's me again. Perhaps you remember this face.
I remember you, Mike. I love you.
They're going to start just throwing fruit at you to eat.
Yeah. Oh, that's the next stage.